late. Oops, shoot, I just tripped over one of my cords to the basement. I'm trying to figure out exactly, right there it is, what's going on with my fire stick attached to my ceiling. Because, do I have the right one? No, I don't have the right one. This is the one for here. Why is this in the kitchen for some reason? Why? Why? Alright. Don't know why this is in the kitchen. Maybe I carried it up to the kitchen. I'll carry that one over there. And let's figure out the one for the ceiling. It's over in here. Let's do one of these two. Sorry, before we get this set up. I don't know why my fire stick decided to go in freaking permanent limbo mode. Alright, first things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. And my company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I get this email quite a lot from time to time asking me, hold on for a minute, just trying to get this thing searched out here. Tropical 4K fish, get it back to where I had it at. Decided to change over for some reason. Might just do a star field in here. No, I'm gonna do these fishies right here. So, I get this question quite a lot. People have gray screens. I'm putting my screen back to where it was. For some reason, it decided to do something else, which I don't know why. But anyway, so I put this remote control back in here. So I get this a lot, and people are usually watching these screens in the dark. They want to know if they're seeing real contrast. And at the end, I tell them, no, you're not seeing real contrast. You're actually seeing, actually I'm supposed to be setting this up today, but it's too windy outside when we're using this projector today. It is really windy out there. There's no way where I'm putting my equipment out there. So anyway, one of the questions they ask is if I got a gray screen, I'm able to see contrast. Let me see if I see any rain out there. I'm putting scanning my trees out there today, but got the equipment and everything all set up. Just can't do it now. Oh, these are the new gamer screens. Yeah, we just got those in. Some more surfaces for that to coat because I gave my last one away to a customer and I don't have one now, so I have to do one for myself. So I'm going to set this up downstairs because I can't carry all this stuff down my stairs by holding the phone. We're going back over here to my other screen, and we're going to show you why. They are on. We're going to show you why it's a bad idea even to have a gray screen. And even if you're in the dark, you're not going to pick up a contrast level at all, period. I'm going to get my stand here. For some reason, it's fighting me to come down the stairs. I'm going to be downstairs setting up today in the workshop. I'm going to bring some stuff down here. Over here we have our motorized black projection screen. Pretty soon I'm going to have my gamer down here. We're doing some demonstrations on that. And I showed you the blackout cloth. That's the pink blackout cloth for $178. I had to order some more because I gave my last screen away to a customer, and so her product can be shipped out even faster. And I still have mine, so I want my gamer screen back so I can do some gaming off of it. It's nice and portable. So let me get the rest of my stuff from upstairs. So much easier to leave that there and go back and get my stuff. So we can get set up right there in front of it. Grabbing my projector, my fire stick, and power cord. And put all this to my projector. I like to set everything up. So that way we can see that there's no smoke and mirrors. Nobody wants to have all of these different reasons why. It's so easy. Take your gray screen, throw a contrast demonstration off it, put a black screen in the middle of it, see if it sticks. That's all. If you're not matching the same black levels, you're not pulling contrast. It's easy. Start with demonstration is the most easiest one to do. That's why people avoid that at all costs. And those who we try to bring down here for proper testing, instead of the environments they're used to being stuck in, and be like controlled environments, they cancel. Because they know darn well that if we bring your product down here, you're not going to be able to pull that contrast level. You're not going to be in that comfortable environment that you're used to being in. Down here we kick 1700. That's how much light the room picks up. Down here, we use all work lights down here. Let me see, we hook everything up. We're going to use any kind of special kind of components to enhance 4K capabilities. No calibrations, none of that. Everything's raw and right to the point. So we're using this adapter right here. It's a nice little adapter that allows me to be able to turn my VGA into HDMI. I use that because for some reason, these particular projectors, 405 and 401s, Chrissy's, don't allow you to be able to hook up speakers to the back of them and project sound. They don't allow you to do that. I don't know what it is, but I went through the menu and went through menus and all that. For some reason, it doesn't work that way. So that adapter right there allows me to run my PS4 or Fire Stick to the back of it, and it has a jack on the back of it, which allows me now to run sound, which is something I couldn't do. So that's the only thing we have there. So it doesn't do anything to enhance the video at all. It's running through HDMI, it's running through VGA to HDMI. That's all it does. All right, so we'll run our Fire Stick through here. There you go. So that adapter right there, if you're interested in getting one and you got a projector that's not allowing you to play sound through it, this is the easy way to hook it up. So we're running through VGA as VGA to HDMI converter instead of running it straight through VGA. It's straight through HDMI. So a little bit of signal loss there, but nothing where it's going to disrupt our picture quality at all. People crying and whining about that one too. Saying, oh, that's not good. It's a contrast. No, it's not going to affect the contrast levels at all. The signal, that's the only thing that's going to affect. All right, now let's get this plugged into the Fire Stick. Turn this around so you can see. Fire Stick, we're plugging that in. I think people really don't like the hard truth that gray screens do not pick up proper contrast. As I said before, we have a technology called the Silver Phoenix. The Silver Phoenix has been tested in contrast levels where, what are socks done here? Contrast levels, constantly all nothing but contrast levels. Because I say if you're going to develop a gray screen paint or silver, you should be displaying nothing but contrast levels. The screen's automatically going to be to do color. And then most of the demonstrations we did on the Silver Phoenix were actually all contrast levels. Matter of fact, we got a Silver Phoenix right over there. Okay, so let me bring my screen down so I can see where I need to size my screen up with the projector, because we had this on something else. I'm not even plugged into that. Where's my my extension cord? Oh, my extension cord's upstairs for. Yeah, I got another one down here. Should I have another one down here? I got another one down here. Cool. For work. All right, put our speakers through. Hopefully, we turn the power off on our speakers.
Line in.
Yeah, we did. All right, cool. All right. Grab me a second power cord. I have down here for my saw and stuff like that for building frames and stuff. Always keep an extra power cord around, just in case if I have to put something together. Come in quite handy. All right. We're going to be doing this with a lights out demonstration. Because we know darn well these screens are not going to pull contrast level in a fully lit environment. Majority of these demonstrations are done in the dark. When it comes to contrast levels, when it comes to bright, beautiful colors, are done with the lights on. Screen paint in the middle that you're seeing, the big screen right there, that is my mix that was made with using basic black and white paint. And I'll show you in a fully lit environment. When we display colors, that screen is going to have the ability to pull colors. Much like the screen paint we have right here. What is this on my screen? Dirt, as usual. So I told you, any gray screen paint, it's going to be to pull bright colors in a fully lit environment. That's easy. That's one of the demonstrations that are fake the most. When it comes to these screen paints, claiming to be able to do ambient light rejection, or same ambient light rejection as a gunmetal or dark gray screen. When it comes to, we're using our frog tape to tape our screens up right there. When it comes to, what's the word for it? Contrast levels, these demonstrations are done in the dark, mimic the exact same demonstrations. But to answer your question, can you see contrast in the dark? No. You're picking up shades of gray. This right here, as we all know, is a product that makes that claim. And I'm only going to do this against products that make that claim. If you're not out there with a screen paint, and you're not making any accusations that your product is supposed to be to do this and do that, then I have no need to basically even go near your product at all whatsoever, because you're doing what they call keeping it real. But if you are out there making accusations that your product is gray or whatever it may be and can pull a contrast over equal to a black screen, then we'll see. Or we'll just get a bunch of cancel orders. All right, so let's go over here. And that's all plugged up. I just got to get that the size up to the screen, that's all. And that right there is a black Phantom. Oh, sorry, not black Phantom, wrong choice of words. Phoenix. So like I said, if you're making accusations that your product can pull a black level equal to that technology, then we're going to buy your product and see. Two things can come out of that. Either your order comes through or you cancel. One or the other. There we go. Bring it up, because I need to size it up to the screen. Let's see, let's turn this doohickey on. Get started. So I can size this up for my screen here. And I should have the remote control to the Fire Stick. Yeah, we do. Wow, I actually have it on me. Usually I gotta hunt for these things. There we go. So we're going to be using the Easy Projector, Christie 5000 projector, but this one only has a 4000 to 1 contrast ratio. We don't really need to go higher than anything than that because it's a black screen. It's not going to need it. Okie dokie. Let me go back here and I need to size this up. First things first, I need to go to my lens shift. I need to bring it down. This is the beautiful thing about lens shift. I know moving the projector and all the other nonsense we had to go through. All I got to do is center it to the middle of the screen. That's it. And then basically zoom in and I'm done. On the other projector, I had to go through all this freaking craziness of, oh, we're going to see if we get that size right, see if it's going to fit there, and blah, 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 blah. Do all this and that. Nope. This is the power of lens shift. That's why I said once you do lens shift on a projector, you really just can't go back. I'm just adjusting my legs right now. You really can't go back to any other projector. You can't do it. Doesn't work too well. There we go. Am I a little close on there? Just like I'm a little bit off on there. I don't know why. Like I should be right there. Yeah, okay. Let's go to my lens shift. This is where I need to go. Alright, the magic of lens shift. Whoever invented lens shift, thank you. Man, that makes my life a whole lot easier. First time I saw lens shift on a projector, I was like, what the freak is that? Lens shift. When I got a projector that did lens shift, I was like, ooh la la. More than dumb nonsense. So that painstaking nightmare of adjusting your resumer focus. That's zoom on there. That's zoom. Okay, that's zoom. Okay, cool. That's zoom. Now we go the other way. When you have to mount your projector to your ceiling and you have it on that tilt, you don't go through that with this. You can set this up on a bookcase and adjust your frame from there. You have to mount it to the ceiling if you don't want to. If you mount it to the ceiling, it really doesn't make a difference how you have it positioned on your ceiling. If it's slanted or whatever, it don't make a difference. It's lens shift. We adjust it. Whoopsie. What we just adjust to over here? 1610. No, I want to go to 16:9. That's perfect. All right. Let me get back here with my lens shift again. And back up a little more. There we go. What I do is go back to my focus. I zoom and just keep expanding it out. Or expanding it in. I want to check out that show too. I got to apply for that app on my Fire Stick for that, but I want to see that show right there tonight. Let's go in there and apply for that. I can go back to my lens shift. Boom, boom, boom. Just it's hair triggered. The lens shift is hair triggered, so you can fit it just right. That's what I love about it. Instead of pushing up and down and keystoning it, and you got to jet. No, I ain't going through that crap. That's why I would never go near a projector that's not lens shift. See how that fits? I just want to bring it over just a little bit more. Just a little bit. That's the beautiful thing about lens shift. Don't even spoil you. It will spoil you for any other projector. See? Fits in perfectly. That's what I like about lens shift. That's the warning part about lens shift. Once you get into it, and you can't go near any other projector. You're like, I can't deal with this mess. All right, so let's bring it up. We got our projector all set up. You watch me set the whole thing up. We got the power to the motorized projection screen. Got the Chrissy projector over here. We're not even running this through straight HDMI. You know that we're running this through VGA. We're just using an adapter for that so we can run sound through. So we're all set up and good to go. All we gotta do is just drop the lights, jack, and we're in. All right, easy McCheesy. Let's pull up on the screen. So, can you really see contrast in the dark? That's a shame because I keep telling people you're not really seeing contrast, you're just seeing shades of gray. Okay, we got the remote control over here. Start off with some contrast levels. White screens aren't picking up anything at all. Oh, we can bring a little. Oh, Wonder Years is on Hulu. Let me get back to some of these. Those speakers. And I think I got them way too loud. They're clicking like that when I'm going through a menu. That means I got them up loud. Let's see what I listen to. Oh, yeah, they are way up loud. But yeah, they're clicking like that. I'm just going through a simple menu. They're up real loud. All right, let me see. Now, as I said before, the large screen you're seeing is mine. That's my product. That's my mix. Made with black and white. We do have a screen in the middle right there. So let's see if we can pull contrast levels. Starfield demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, we already did this with a 20,000 to 1 contrast ratio projector, so as you can see, there's no difference whatsoever. Now, I told you that anytime they do these demonstrations, like I said, I can play colorful demonstrations on here. I can do this in a full lit environment. Like I said, the environment we have in here was tested under 1700. We have it in here. We've got the meter in here to test how much light we have in here. Mind you, we're not using everyday lights in here. These are work lights. He's pushing a lot of freaking brightness, so they're not your everyday lights in here. So let's get this set up first. Let's see what we can pick up in here with the Lux. How much light we have in here. Ooh, not good. Not starting off good. It's not reading. Not here. Let's see. We'll put it in the middle of the floor. Probably get the same reaction. All right, so now we'll put it here in the middle of the floor. And I'll show you. Right from here, as you can see for yourself, bear witness, it's not picking up nothing because it can't read. There's too much light in the environment. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move it back some because the lights we're using here are too bright. We want to go all the way in to the far end and see what we can pick up over there. All right? So we're going to go right here. This is where we're going to go. All right? Now I'm going to let that meter feed for a bit. And then we're going to come in and hit the hold to show you what we're actually picking in this particular environment. All right, okie doke, oakley dokley. All right, this is what my work environment picks up. I told you it's bright in here. It's very bright. We got lights over in there. We got lights in here. These aren't your everyday fluorescent lights. These are for working in the basement. That's why I like this particular house because it's really bright down here. So we're at 1806. Sounds like a date or one of the historical documentaries I'm watching today. So 1806, that's what we're picking up in here with the lights on. So just to show you that, if I wanted to, I told you any gray screen can do this. It's one of the tricks I say a lot in gray screens. They'll pick something up with bright, beautiful colors and say, hey, look, my screen can pull up images in a fully lit environment. Of course, if you're using bright colors, but even with bright colors, you're still washing out. See, the difference in this demonstration and the demonstration you'll be seeing on their channel is they don't have a black phoenix sitting over top of the screen. There's a difference there right there. So first things first, let's go with those colorful, really beautiful, colorful. Let's see if it's something really colorful. Most colorful birds and beautiful colorful birds right there.
No laundry, no errands, no chores. Nothing but snuggle time.
Now keep in mind, the screen we have behind it is a white screen.
Memories. Hilton.
Oh, we'll get to the contrast levels, don't worry.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Matt, who can come to us.
Mine, that's supposed to be black right now. That's not black because the screen can't pick it up. But they never start from there. They usually start from right around in here. And they'll say that, hey, look, my screen can pick up beautiful colors with no problem. Only problem is no white screen behind the back of that either. Let's pause that right there. That's a beautiful, beautiful shot of a black bird, isn't it? So you really think you're seeing a contrast level right there. Mind you, as I said before, the screen paint you're seeing on the larger screen is mine. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's my product. I made that with black and white paint. The product, however, that you're seeing in the middle is Crow's product. That's a Metallica mix sitting there in the middle of that screen right there. I told you I could do the exact same mimic, the exact same demonstration. If you pull a bright bit of color, I can take any gray screen and do the exact same thing. So let's see what happens if we bring a black screen down, a real Phoenix. See what happens if we have a change in the contrast levels. And there's your change, people. Not only is it picking up a 100% black level, but it's also maintaining its white levels all at the same time by passing over a gray screen and a white screen at the same time. Isn't that interesting? That's why I don't get the whole theory of basically showing the demonstration in a fully lit environment. Black screens can do the same thing too. And I'm a little bit over right there. I can see on my screen. I'm going to just tightly move that over a little bit with lens shift. So instead of me shifting the whole entire projector to one side because I'm a little off, all I have to do is hit the lens shift button and I'm right over in my sweet spot. This is why I tell you that those of you who don't have this option on your projector, well, it is much needed. There we go, done. See that? If you had a regular projector, and like I said, a lot of the older projectors, the ones you can buy for less than these expensive projectors, have this option on it. Where if you go and buy one of these newer projectors, again, you don't have that. If your screen's off, you're climbing up on a ladder, buddy, to go to the top of your ceiling to shift your projector where you need to go. Unless that projector has that option on it. That's the sweet part of lens shift. Let me bring this up a little bit. Let me bring it down some. There we go. I got it right in there, man. All right, so let's go to TCL 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Thanks to one of the pretty girls with the Lamborghini. Yeah, there we go. That's a bright, beautiful color, right? Let's see how that happens, how it reacts. Let's get our screen out of the right there. Now, the black menu is going to disappear. That's gone. You're not picking it up. I had one time we had an open chat. I had somebody come in and just go, oh, but look at the larger screen. That's mine. That's my product. And then it got real quiet in the room. Yeah, that was my product right there the entire time. He thought that was the other person's product. No, that's mine. His is right there in the center with the green tape. That's his. See? So just to show you that in this room, we have 1800 lux in this room, right? And keep in mind that, as I said before, when I see people doing demonstrations on fully lit environments, they never show any contrast in the demonstrations at all, period. They stick to nice bright colors, because what do I say? Because bright colors can produce a better image in a fully lit environment. Oh, I know it hurts, but it's the truth. So that's the fake part of the demonstration. Any screen can do that. As my gray mix right there on that large screen right there can produce the same bright colors as Crow's personal mix. Well, not personal mix, is not there yet. As his Metallica mix 2.0. Easiest trick to pull in the book. If you want to show a screen to say, hey, it can pull off a screen in a fully lit environment, and they show nothing but color on the screen, and there's no contrast in there, Because the minute they show any kind of contrast, the screen's going to fade rapidly. But to show bright colors in there, oh, it's easy to do. Yeah, easy trick demonstration. Or when I show you the contrast demonstration, that's going to be really, really bad. You're talking about going against a black screen. That's not going to go so well. All right, so like I said, easy demonstration to do. Like I said, anytime I see these demonstrations of anybody saying, look, our environment's fully lit, we've got plenty of light in here, I can show you my screen on different, in a fully lit environment. It's not going to fade or wash out. You really think so, huh? The color red. See, they show you a whole bunch of different colors and abstract art, which I'm just saying a bunch of digital displays, because you can't tell what's what. How do you know what color is fading, what color is not fading if all the colors are blended in together? You can't. Another easy trick to use. But if you use a solid color, such as, let's go with just straight red. Let's see what we bring up. Now you're looking at it thinking, well, look at that. The red looks absolutely amazing. No, it doesn't. You're actually looking at a faded color. So even in the demonstration, when I tell you, when I watch this particular individual do these demonstrations with all these bright colors, every last one of those colors are washed out. The only problem is you can't see it. But I can. You know why? Because this is what red is supposed to look like. You see the difference now? Now you see how faded the color looks like on the other color? Before, if my technology wasn't even in there, you would think that that was the brightest red you ever saw in your entire life. But to a person who's used to seeing technology on a darker screen, used to seeing better red levels, to him, when he looks at it, he goes, it's washed out. That's why I can walk into a showroom and look at someone's screen on display and go, it's washed out. Because it is washed out. We're at 1800 lux in this environment. That screen is washed out. My projector is 5,000 lumens. Christy's standing behind me, a full 1080p projector. Has a 12-bit instead of 8-bit color wheel in it. It's a professional projector. These are professional projectors. They're venues. And even a venue projector can't even pick up properly on that. You would have to calibrate, and I mean really, really, really have to calibrate, and you still wouldn't even come close to it. That's just, we just call it a little something extra before we get to the demonstration. So all you are watching these demonstrations on his product, or any of the gray screen may be out there, and you're saying, hey, look, it's in a fully lit demonstration, and the colors are vivid and bright. No, your colors are washed out, literally. Let's bring the entire screen down so you can appreciate what real red looks like. Now, my customers, they already know what my technology is designed to do. When I speak this way, it's never toward them. It's always toward the naysayers. When I talk this way, it's toward the naysayers. The naysayers that come into my channel, and they like to go, oh, but this is this and this is that, when I'm saying you know nothing about this or that. Because, like I said, if my screen wasn't in the picture, you really would think you were seeing actual red. But you're not seeing red. You're seeing a washed out red. That's why when I watch his demonstrations in a fully lit environment, I start laughing. Because I know all the colors that he's displaying are washed out. Now, when I showed you my image of my technology, now what does the color look like to you? You see it for what it is. You're seeing a washed out image. Now you're looking at it, you're going, gee whiz, the color is not as bright as I thought it was going to be. If I had never pulled my screen down, you would have convinced you were actually seeing red. Just give you something to think about, that's all. Blue screen. Just for a minute. So we don't think that we have to use a particular color in order to show you that you're actually not seeing blue. Now you look at the screen now, my screen hasn't come down yet. That looks blue to you next to a white screen, doesn't it? And it looks blue, doesn't it? If I put the professional against that, the professional is going to fade even more because the professional is actually lighter than these two screens. The Metallica was meant to be darker than the professional. So the professional is, sorry, not professional, Crow's personal, I got the fault. Crow's personal mix is not going to come up. Any gray screen is going to do the same thing. It's not just his. Any gray screen is going to have the same problem. It's not just his. It's just a problem that he's the only one that makes these accusations that his product is doing something that it clearly is not doing. This is the reason why, you can see clearly why, there's a difference between my demonstrations and his. Because in his demonstrations, He babies his screens. He puts them in an ambient light controlled environment with calibrated projectors. That's what he does. And they're halfway, and they're in the dark, or either mostly in the dark. And when he does demonstrations, he doesn't show you the solid colors first. He shows you an array of different colors in abstract art where you can't make out what's what. So if I put a demonstration on, you wouldn't be able to tell what color is fading and which color is not, because there's just too much going on. It's too much busyness going on the board. When I break it down to you, I show you solid colors right from the door, so you can see exactly what you're seeing. That's the reason why the products are being canceled before they come down here, because he knows this is how we're going to display his product. There you go. Ah, clicked. All right, the personal mix. As I already told you before, the personal mix is going to pull up a much lighter blue because it's a much lighter screen paint. That's why. See? Now, if I were to take the Metallica off the screen, because mine, so you can see, whoa, before we do this, I'm moving too fast. Let's bring the black screen down, because I want you to look at the screen and think you're seeing blue. You really think you're seeing blue, don't you? Next to the white screen, but you're not seeing blue. You're actually looking at a faded image. Now, once my screen comes down and it goes back up, then you'll see the screen for what it really is. That's blue. We're at 1800 lux in the room. Plenty of light in here. Now, you thought you were seeing blue, but now once I bring my screen back up, the image is no longer going to look blue to you anymore, is it? It's going to look faded to you. This is what my customers get when they display blue. This is what the others get when they display his product. Now you're not seeing blue anymore, are you? Kind of changes your way of seeing things. I love it when people do these little, they do their fake demonstrations. They don't show you what you're supposed to be actually seeing. That's a shame, but it's true. They just want to stick you in the dark and show you a bunch of OLED demonstrations and whatever colorful demonstrations they can bypass your screen, so you can't tell what's what. TCL 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now we'll go back to the, we'll use this one right here. No, we'll take that one right there. That's pretty bright colors right there. Now look at it. You can't tell what's faded on your screen, can you? So if I take the same demonstration, same product, stick it in the dark, hit it with a high-end projector, you couldn't tell what's what. But under his professional opinion, black screens can't pull white levels. I find that kind of interesting. What's even more interesting, that my black and white mix is actually matching this product. Yeah, there you go. No only can a Phoenix match with no problem and produce its white levels with no problem. This is with the lights on. Imagine how powerful the technology becomes with the lights out. So let's go to contrast and let's take our lights out. Because if we can pull your white levels with no problem, let's see if you can pull our contrast levels. Starfield screensaver.
I have a few skills that can help.
Oh, you know where it's at. She gets her little attitude. Ooh, I like that demonstration right there. That landscape, that's a dark demonstration right there. But we're going to go over here and we're going to get our, and we can ask her again, Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
There we go. Yeah, I would advise you, those of you who basically support this product, you would want to leave the room. It doesn't make a difference if you're here or not. This demonstration is displayed everywhere. So, you know, whether you're here or not, it's still going to be on display. So let's show you exactly what's going to happen. So we'll pull up the Starfield demonstration. Probably commercial is going to pop in there. She double dip. Ah, that's nasty.
Post in harmony. Paperberg, party in peace. Now at ShopRite.
Todd is about to miss an important appointment. They sent a letter reminding him.
So there's our Starflow demonstration. We're at around 1800 lux hitting the screen. Oh, other light's going on too. So let's see what happens at 1800 lux if the gray screen paint products can still see the same thing our screen is seeing. Back on. See, this is one of the things that's always failed in any of the demonstrations I see. The produce color, which is easy to do because that's the easiest demonstration to pull, is to show off color. But guess what? Our screens can do the exact same thing, and my mix can do the same thing too. If I'm going to cheapen it down and go down to that level, I have that great big gray screen at the bottom that you're seeing right there. That can do the exact same thing any other gray screen can do too. Now, since we've proven that we can actually produce your white levels and colors, well, actually our colors are much better, but we can produce the same brightness. Let's see if you can produce the same contrast in a fully lit environment without turning out the lights. Hands itching to hit that finger, hit that button. What do you think is going to happen? You think it's going to actually match? Not even close. I don't know where in the world anybody gets the accusations or the theories to make. They even come up with such a notion that your product's going to be able to pick up a contrast level equal to a phoenix? Have you lost your mind today? Not to be rude, but it's honestly, have you lost your mind? All right, so let's take the lights out because that's pretty much where you're going to be at. In order to pick up any form of decent contrast level, you're going to turn your living room into a cave. Pretty dark one too at that. So that whole theory of having that ultra short throw projector set up, we'll bring one down here for that too. Ultra short throw setup where you're going to have that tabletop setting, you know what I mean? That whole TV projection screen, living room environment. You're not getting that. That's not going to happen. You're not going to pick up any color off of that. You're not going to pick up any contrast off of that. You're going to be sitting in the dark. That's kind of sad too, because that's projectors are not designed for that either. But at 5,000 lumens, you'd think the contrast level would change. No, it's not going to help. Even with 5,000 lumens, it's not going to, even at 10,000 lumens, it's not going to be enough. Contrast level just never going to change. Now, like I said, I get these often a lot from people who think that for some strange reason, you know, being in the dark, that they're actually picking up a contrast level. No, you're picking up shades of gray. Someone looking at this right now is going to think, that's the screen. Keep in mind, the big screen is mine. So that's my mix, black and white paint, $15 a gallon. Other way, the paint in the middle, which is Crow's product, Metallica mix, is actually $107 a quart. So now you have that to deal with, and you have to deal with the fact that those you have white screens, you're not picking up contrast at all. And then you really think you're seeing a black level right now, but you're really not. I'll show you what a black level looks like. And at the same time, we're going to cancel out any light in the environment that may be basically reflecting back at us. That's why people can't figure out how I have a 126-inch screen sitting in my window and I can watch movies off of it without getting blinded. Those screens are designed to actually cancel out a lot of light, harmful light that could be directed at me as you're watching the environment get dark. Bypass my screen. Here we go. Oh, I did. I'm good. Look at the floor. So the only light that's reflected off is my white border on my screen. So are you really seeing black at all? No. So the answer is no. You can't pick up contrast level on a gray screen, even if you're in the dark. You can't pick it up. And what we already displayed on a company called Paint On Screens and Crow's, what's that product called? His UV Mix. Neither one of those can see a white level. Next to this technology that can actually see white light. Panasonic 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Look at that, menu don't even pop up correctly. Let's go over to the dark horse. Now, as I explained to you before, that OLED demonstrations, the backgrounds are black. They're pitch black. LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's contrast. Yeah, that's gray. That's about as gray as going to get. All right, so let's take it off here because we already know our product can match his product the same. Let's go over here and let's put his product right there. Matter of fact, let me get my mix off. I'm going to take my giant screen out of the way. Get that out of the way right now. Let's get my product out of the way. All right? We're just going to have his product here. Okay, maybe some more rotate for that. That rotate does not want to let go for that one. And let's get his product here and here. All right, there we go. Now, I explained this before. Anytime you do contrast demonstrations must be always done in fully lit environments. So that way you can see exactly where the black levels lay. You have a better chance with some of these screens of pulling off a demonstration in the dark, and that's usually how it's done, that anytime they show off any form of contrast demonstrations, it's always in the dark, and anytime they display any kind of color demonstrations, always in a fully lit environment. But even we showed you, even with color demonstrations, their products fail because they can't pull proper colors. Again, OLED's backgrounds are jet black, not gray. And this is what I explain over and over again. Somebody say, oh, because I'm seeing, no. Again, it's a failed demonstration. The background is supposed to be jet black. But that's contrast. No, it's not contrast at all. Look at the background on the black screen when it comes down. Look at the color of the fish when the screen comes down. See how the screen pops, comes to life? There you go. And that should answer my customers or anybody else that wants to email me about, hey, look, we have lights out, you know what I mean? We're in the dark. My screen's pulling up beautiful contrast. Not even close. Your colors are not even coming up correctly. Colors are off balance. I can tell that by just looking at your screen. Your colors are off balance by a lot. That's pretty bad. Oops, we popped over to our menu. Hey, Fire Stick. Next time you develop these things, hey, backlit controls would be really nice. So even with the lights out, with a 5,000 lumen projector at full 1080p, you're not picking up your proper colors and you're not picking up contrast. And I said that about 1,000,000 times. If you can't see contrast, you can't see color. White screens, on the other hand, they just wash out everything and anything that they hit. And I've had customers come at me and say, hey, look, I got my screens out in the dark. I got a 4K projector. It's incredible. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You just got half of your projector's performance, that's all. "4K relaxing fireworks display."
Getting that from you too.
Let's make it a little bit more darker and see if you're basically picking up black levels. Whew, look at that white light. I couldn't imagine being in a room with a white screen and a projector fire off. Oh yeah, that's retina damage for days right there. And you're watching half and half of a black screen laying against a white screen. Also displaying its white levels. All right, so let's get past this. Let's get over to the fireworks display. I don't know how in the world he came about saying that the personal mix ever had contrast capabilities. It is so far from it, it is not even funny. The Metallica mix doesn't even come close to it. The UV mix does not pull a contrast level because it's not the same color as our screen. Our screen is jet black. UV is actually gray, a dark gray. And at that, can't even pick up a proper white level, which makes it even more horrifying. And the two products he has here can't even pull contrast or color. Next to a white screen. A white screen's not going to pull contrast for jack. And it doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. Those of you who have white screens, off the topic, and I don't care if you got 5. We did this at 20,000 to 1 and a white screen still couldn't pick up. Doesn't make a difference. You're not going to see it. Even in the dark. No, that answers the question. You can't see contrast in the dark, even if you have a gray screen. It's not going to pick it up. New York City, nighttime, screensaver.
Getting that from you too.
When you order carry-out, choose Domino's Car-Side Delivery. Check in when you arrive, and we guarantee we'll be headed out the door less than 2 minutes after your order is ready. If anything slows us down, your next pizza is free. Choose Domino's Car-Side Delivery and put our new 2-minute guarantee to the test.
When those DIY fixes don't go as planned, we're here to get you on the mend. MedExpress, urgent caring.
There you go. Black notes are not even there. Still shades of gray. gray. That's black. That's what you're supposed to be picking up. That's black. That's gray. But you would think you were actually seeing gray. Seeing black. Now. I don't know what freaking cookie cutter make-believe world that anyone's going to believe that a black screen, I mean a gray screen, is going to pick the same contrast level as a black screen. I don't know where y'all get that from. I really, and this is not, my customers know, this is the naysayers who come up with these weird, crazy accusations. Even the professionals sit here and laugh at these accusations. Impossible. That's like me saying that, hey, we got a white screen that can pick up a contrast level equal to a white screen. No, that's not going to happen. I don't know where to get it from. It's crazy. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's why I sit there and laugh when they come into my channel. They go, "Oh yeah, but we can pick up so and so and so." No, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. There is no gray screen out there that doesn't even have the capability to pick up a white level equal to a white screen. Virtually impossible. But an individual would tell you that, oh no, his product can pick up equal to a white screen. No. If your screen has the slightest bit of black in it, automatically from the door, it's never going to be to match a white screen. White screen is 100% pure white. All screens had the same problem, or may have the same issue, or may have the same compatibility when it comes to going against a white screen. Even Crow's product. Now, keep in mind, in his professional opinion, and I pulled the white screen when I said red screen, but keep in mind, even on a white screen, if our image came up as dark as he portrayed in the video, then his product standing in the front would be much lighter than the product we have right there. You wouldn't be to see our screen, it'd be too dark to see. But for him to sit there and say that, oh no, virtually impossible. My product can see equal to a white screen. No, not going to happen. Not going to even happen, not even close. You can't do it. If it has any form of black in it, you might have to get another piece of tape. If it has any form of black into it, it's going to come up dark next to a white screen. That's why if we get any gray screen, any white screen from a company, if a company comes up and says, hey, look, I got this gray screen, it can pick a white level up right next to a white screen, well, we'll bring you down here, we'll throw you up against a white screen. If you come up a little bit dark on that screen, we know you have a black product in there somewhere. That's how we know. That's when we had the mixture up here called my paint on screens. When they bought the screen up here, it was a little bit off-white to the actual white screen, which means there was a black product in there somewhere. But for someone to make that statement, impossible. Absolutely impossible. As I said before, the reason why our product, people will cancel out or ignore our test demonstrations because we're not going to do the ambient light controlled environments. And if we do happen to do lights out, well, lights out are going to be more brutal than lights on. Because then we're going to show you exactly where all your flaws are popping up on your products. So this is the UV mix. Since we got a white screen out here, to show you that this is a product that's lighter. It's still a gray screen, but it's lighter than the Phoenix. The Phoenix is black. So the Phoenix can pour 100% star field contrast level, where the UV mix can't, because it's not black. But it being not black, should be able to pour a higher white level than the Phoenix, with the Phoenix being black. Let's switch these around a bit. I'm going to put this one here, put this one right there. Now, you're going to say, well, Bird, I don't think that's fair that you're just choosing his products. There's other screen paints out there. Yes, lots of other screen paints out there we can do these demonstrations against. But they don't make these accusations. I've never heard any one of these companies, Pro Screens, Mighty Brighty, Goose Screen, none of them making these outlandish accusations that their Cinemax product can pull a white level, a contrast level equal to a black screen, or their screen paints can pull equal to white screens. Never heard any of them make an accusation like that. No, period. Only person that does this. So if he's the only person that does this, why not find out and see if it can? And the interesting about it is, our technology is sitting right along with it all. All right, so as we can see, that's not going to happen. Let's go pull up Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
But I'll get a lot of people going to say, well, Ken, you have a black screen now. Certain half will say, hey, I want to see the difference between the gray and lights out and your technology. We already proven that. The other half's going to say, well, it's not fair because you have a black screen. You're automatically going to be able to pull up a contrast level. That's true. All right, so let's cover that part too. It's the reason why my demonstrations take so long, because we cover everything. We don't just basically stick you in the dark, run a bunch of colors across the screen, go, voila, we're done. We don't do that. That's why people are afraid or will cancel out or ignore, because they don't want the product down there, because they know that we're not going to hold your hands. We're going to put you through the grinder, just like we have to go through all the time. So let's go over here and just check out the white levels, eh? We're going to bring our screen up first. Let you experience his products against the white screen. And let's get our screen out of the way. We're not existing right now. So how does this product perform against the white screen at 5,000 lumens? That's a lot of power to have with a projector. We have the UV mix in the middle, we have the personal mix, and we have the Metallica Mix 2.0. I expect for the personal mix to do much better because it's a much more lighter screen paint. It should do much better, but as you can see, against the white screen, it's going to have its problems with white levels. It's not seeing all that well. The UV mix, on the other hand, is pulling too high of a contrast level, and everything's just coming out dark and dirty. And we're doing it in his environment. He likes to be in the dark, so I got no problem being in the dark. I would prefer to play with the lights on, but we have no problem being in the dark. Like I said, it's easy to do demonstrations in the dark with the lights on. Now, if I did the demonstration today where I was sitting up in the window with my cat watching TV shows, this product wouldn't have lasted a minute up there. You've ever seen this demonstration being done in an environment such like so? No, you haven't. The only time he does it with a lot of colors. Can't do contrast in fluid environments. They got limits. Look at the UV mix in the middle. Look at all this displayed on a white screen. Now you're probably thinking right now, I would rather just get the white screen. Yeah, 150 inches, $48. Ain't a bad deal, is it? All right, so let's go back. Let's go back there a bit, because you have people hooting and hounding. Ken, where is your screen? It's coming. It's coming. How about we bring our screen right down in that spot right there? How about that? All right. Let's see what we got. Check out the red cups when my screen passes over them. Everything looks more realistic, doesn't it? You don't have that blinding white light coming at you from the projector that's fading the image. The image doesn't come out too dirty, it doesn't come out too dark. It's not too light, it's not too bright, it's not too dark. It's perfect. That's why somebody asked me, how in the world can you sit that close to a screen without the light blinding you? Because the screen's designed to cancel out light. That's how we know at the end of the day, when we do these tests, they usually don't see. Now we're showing these tests now, but when we do these tests on products, we can tell whether or not if they have something interesting, they're reflecting too much white light, screen's coming too blinding, if the colors are fading, all that stuff shows these are reflective surfaces. If a screen paint we're testing out over here, if it's producing exactly what we're seeing, that means bottom line, there's nothing in it at all, period, to actually alter or change how the projector is going to see it. If the color's coming up washed out, that means bottom line is it probably doesn't have enough black paint into it. If it has too much black paint into it, then it means there's enough white paint into it. We can show there's nothing in there to change it at all. Let's pause right there. I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm going to go back a little bit on that white blouse right there. I'm going to go back on that white blouse. There we go. Let's pause right there on the white blouse right there. Nice, pretty white blouse, ain't it? See the technology? So people don't appreciate our technology. You're saying we don't, everybody's appreciate it, but you naysayers don't understand what you see. That's the problem. Do you see the multiple levels of white levels that black screen's pulling off? It takes multiple levels of white levels to pull off everything that's going on in that environment. You see her white blouse? Look at her pink lips. Look at the color tone of her skin. Look at the color that's coming off on her on her dress below. Look at the shininess that's coming off the pan, the bottles in the back. That's what a professional sees when he looks at a screen. He's looking at all of that. You don't observe that. There's multiple shades of white levels that have to go into that. The projector has to read in order to pull off those levels. This is why I said what you have at home, you're not even seeing a true technology. You're getting half of your performance. If you had that screen paint right there, you only got half. No matter how much you convince yourself you actually have a fantastic picture, you only have half. And we're not even displaying contrast. Mind, the strong points of this technology is black levels. Now you watch her dress disappear. Those of you have white screens, those of you have your products, now you're watching what you get. And the UV mix, that has never been tested. I don't even know how he's even selling that one. That's never been tested on anything whatsoever. What about the corn, Mr. Bird? Okay, let's go check out the corn. There's the corn right there. See how it looks right there? Some areas is darker, some areas is lighter. The white screen looks really good, doesn't it? And the white screen is washed out too. Let's pour Phoenix down over top of it. Yeah, let's stop it right there. Give you a chance to stare at that for a bit. We'll bring it back up. That's how we know there's nothing in the product but black and white paint. Black and white paint's going to have the same exact reaction. If I take that, my mixer over there, it's made out of black and white paint, and I stick that in front of that screen, guess what? Same reaction. Well, how do you not? It's the same thing. That's how we know. Let's go in and make a black. We have to make this black and white mix. Just make a black and white paint and just stick it in front of it. The exact same thing. See? And we'll take this, which is his product right here. Stick that right there. Same thing. It's black and white paint. That's all it is. Any more evidence you need? Right there. Any more evidence you need? It's this screen right there. It's the tape. Can you see it up close? Is that good enough for you? It's not to be rude or anything. Just show you that's what you're getting. I made that from black and white paint. There you go. Same $107 that you got sitting on your wall, which is the same $107 I got sitting on that little square sheet, because remember I paid for that. It is the same thing I got on the big sheet. That cost me $15 a gallon. I wonder if my screen is going to go over top of that thing. Yeah, it is going to go over top of it. That is got to suck at the end of the day. Whew. I don't care about the $107 on my end because I knew exactly what I was getting myself into when I bought the product to begin with. So there's no skin off my nose because I knew exactly what I'm getting myself in at the end of the day. But for someone who doesn't know, yeah, that's got to suck. Well, that's the sad part about it. You're not getting anything special. It's just nothing but black and white paint. That's it. That's all you got. It's nothing but black and white paint. That's it. Now, let's make this more interesting. So as I told you before that we did this with lights out, you're not seeing any difference. Unless you want your living room to look like this. I doubt you want your living room looking like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure your living room looks much better than my workshop, but it's the kind of lighting you want in your living room, right? Those who got the white screen says how much light you're pushing back at you in your face. So, whew, man. All right, so I'll show you something real quick. All this white light, see all that beautiful white light pushing off the screens? Let's turn over here and let's check out Mr. Mannequin. Mr. Mannequin. Let's get Mr. Mannequin some sunglasses. Where's Mr. Mannequin, by the way? Here's Mr. Mannequin. So this is you, right there, in your theater room or home or whatever. That's how much white light that's reflecting off your white surface. White, gray screens, all of them do the exact same thing. That's what's coming back at you. And people can't understand how I can sit in front of 126 or these big screens I have in my environment and not get blinded because the technology we have cancels all that light. So let's go back to our video right here, which cancels out real quick. We'll let that play. All right, and at the same time, we'll bring our screen down. We'll pause it right there because we got a lot of white light going on that one. And you watch Mr. Mannequin as my screen comes down. Mr. Mannequin, Mr. Mannequin, Mr. Mannequin, Mr. Mannequin. Black Diamond actually showed this off first. We have to give them credit because they're actually the first ones who are doing this. Showing off how to do this, how to block the light. Diamond was doing all this first. Let's bring the screen back up. Mr. Mannequin, Mr. Mannequin. They were doing it first. So even though I'm not a big fan of what they do, I do give them credit because they were the ones who did that first. We got to get Mr. Mannequin sunglasses. That's how much harmful light's hitting you in the face from your projector. So you have to be sitting back at a certain length in order to basically have that optimized viewing pleasure, as they say in those demonstrations. We don't have to do with that. Okay, for a minute. Oh, let's take our lights on for a minute. It's really not good at all. Alright, so we did that with lights on. Time for you to have some fun here. Because to show you why, these screens, you're good, you're released to go. We don't need you for today. Why gray screens don't do demonstrations in fully lit environments involving contrast levels. What's the deal with you today? Because they can't pick it up. That's why the first time somebody tells me, say, hey, I got me a white screen and I'm trying to watch. I want to watch something with the lights on and it washes out on me. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you something really important. I forgot to show you that. I do apologize. Let me go back up my stairs again and hit the lights. Because then you're going to people asking about, see all the stuff I got to cover? So that way we don't have anybody talking about this, that, and the other. I got to do all this. Why my demonstrations take so long? Because then we have people asking me a million questions, asking me like, hey, well, what about color? What about contrast? I need a battery pack too. Battery's dying on my charger. Man, you don't think I'd like to do a quick demonstration and be done? I really would like to do this one day. Fast demonstration is done. Man, I'm going to start plugging in my phone and just leave it plugged in. Because every time I go to do one of these demonstrations, I always kill my battery on my phone. Every single time I kill the battery on the phone. I try to give you short demonstrations, I really do, but there's just so much stuff I got to show you because there's so much stuff you don't see. If everybody did their freaking demonstrations correctly, yeah, I got to say freaking on that, did their demonstrations honestly and correctly, I wouldn't have to have long demonstrations. That's the problem we have. Now you got people showing off bright, beautiful colors and fully lit environments, and the colors are all washed out and faded. You don't see that. When we see it, when we mean we, I told you, I got a forum site. All these forum sites are all people in there that are in a professional field of projection screen setups and all that. Not someone who's claiming to be a professional and then cancels on orders because he's afraid his product will come over here and fail. And it will fail. I'm not going to lie to you. Your product will fail miserably over here. Lights on or lights off, it's going to fail. All right, so where is the, because we're just going to switch over real quick. I got a funny feeling I took my Fire Stick up with me. I don't know what's worse. Look at the white screens, man. That's never good. All right, let me see. Fire Stick. No, I probably took a Fire Stick upstairs with me. I got to really stop carrying stuff with me when I travel. I always travel with something in my hand. All right, let me go find me my Fire Stick. Sorry about that. Apparently it was going to happen. I want to definitely take it with me somewhere. I do this? I don't know. I need one of those freaking remote controls like starters. That's what I need. That's exactly what I need. I need me a completely voice activation remote control for the whole freaking house, because the remote control thing is a nightmare for me. But then again, doing what I go through with Alexis, that would be another horrible nightmare on its own. I found the remote control. I put it in the exact same place, literally, that I had the other remote control at. All right, so let's get back to this. Man, let's go to the color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
It keeps picking up color red. I gotta look into that.
Unprotected machines like this one are ripe for random phishing attacks, just like the fake clean app about to send young wrestler.
So that's his product right there against a white screen. Slow color change out. We're adjusting zoom just a little bit. There we go. Nothing, we're just adjusting zoom, that's all. And it's not going to change that. Some people are freaking out and go, no, but you changed zoom. That's going to change. Really seriously, do you own projectors? Do you really own projectors? Zoom is not going to change the color of the screen at all anyway whatsoever. Color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
See, color red. That I gotta look up. What the heck is that all about? Color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
It's red. See how much your white screen gives off. I told you I love doing this demonstration. You're like opening the window to Saturn. Maybe lived on that planet Saturn. Even with the lights off, his product can't see red. I did this with the lights on. Color blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Even when the lights out, you're not seeing blue. I don't know how in the world you're putting in your option that you basically work with venue projectors. That's the venue behind me right now. It's not working too well. We did this at a regular everyday home theater projector with a 20,000 to 1 contrast, which you did it on the ViewSonic yesterday. Well, the day before yesterday, because yesterday I was doing something. Oh, well, maybe it was the day before yesterday. I don't know. Let's come out of this real quick. Let's see what other options we have up here in colors. Nope, your colors are still not correct. See how they basically don't come up correctly. And the white screen altogether, oh, like I said, white screens don't pick up jack. I mean, the only pickup they pick up is a white level. Okay, they do pick up, they just pick up a white level, that's it. But other than anything than that, no. That's a shame because people will go out and buy a brand new beautiful projector, get a white screen, and look like, ugh. Yeah, pretty much that is basically the word for it, ugh. Yeah, well, we don't know that. Now, how high your white level is coming up? Let's see. Woo! See that white screen just pop on? Anybody that's that close to the screen, I feel sorry for you. Just to tell you the truth, it's no difference. Like, you can look at his product and say, well, his white levels aren't coming that high. Any screen, and this is why he doesn't understand. This is where Crow is kind of backwards minded when it comes to this. Any screen that is basically has any ounce of black in it, or if it's gray, it's light gray, whatever, is never going to have the ability to pull up to a white screen. Never. It can be a gray Cinema 5D, it can be a DMP Supernova, it can be any one of the certified screens we have. They can't do it. Unless the screen is bone white, that's the only way it can do it. So for him to make it sound like that other products are going to come up darker and his product comes up lighter, no, your product reacts the same way. It does. Now, our screen being black should basically pull up a much darker white level than yours. But as you have it in your videos that you display this on, you show our product coming up. What's supposed to be our product is supposed to come up that dark. Interesting thing about that, the UV mix actually comes up as dark as the screen you're trying to describe as being ours. UV mix can't pick up a white level for jack, not in the safest soul. If UV mix was a human being and somebody had pulled the gun on and said, look, show me a white level and blow your head off, he just might as well buy himself a casket because he's not going to be able to do it. It's impossible. And that's what pretty much like I said, I find kind of weird because the UV mix is actually lighter than our screen. I find that's what I find really strange. Which shows at the end of the day that it just tells us just because it's lighter and it can't pull a higher white level, it just shows us at the end of the day that the product is nothing but black and white paint because there's nothing in it special to give it the ability to see white light. That's the only way it comes to. Here, that's it off, the UV mix. It's weird. There's nothing in it. There's nothing special about it. There's no special heightener or white level mixture or chemicals or formulas. Nothing. At the end of the day, it is black and white paint. Or yeah, it's in the reverse because you can't make it. There's no way you can make that product that dark. If you start off with the simple base of it being white first, you'd have to dump so much black paint in it to turn that dark. It'd be a waste of money. You'd just be wasting resources if you did it that way. The fastest and easy way to do it is to start off with the base being black or dark gray. Then now you just add white into it to get it to where you need it to be at. That's how they do it. I told you we used to make this stuff back in the day. When we made it better than this, I mean, this really has no kind of test results because if you're testing your products and you do it on a white level and you go, gee whiz, it's that dark, something in there has to be fixed. Wow, it's just really bad. It's really, really, really bad. So, yeah. But anyway, at the end of the day, if he's trying to say his product is pulling up a white level that high, no. That's virtually impossible. Any screen that's gray, it's going to have black paint in it to get that tone. Or even if it is gray and doesn't have white paint into it, it's still basically at the end of the day. Actually, at the end of the day, all white paints, all paint starts off white. They have to put some kind of dye or pigment into it to change to what color you want. So the base of all paint is only white to begin with. You have to add some kind of dye into it to change it. So either you add more or less to it, which is going to make it darker or make it brighter. In his case right here, bottom line, I can clearly see from basically being in the business for a long time of dealing with this, beginning with, if I've never started with great paints, then you can come at me. But if you look at my old demonstrations on the digital crystal screen paint, that's all we ever developed was this kind of paint. But our paint basically had a different form of design to be able to pick up white light. It's not picking up anything on the darker paint, and on the other paint that he has, it's basically not having the ability to pick up color, which means the contrast levels are low, which means he's putting in less black paint in those. We know this from the door just by looking at it. Anyone can pick this up and see this. But for that dark screen, and the evidence is there, and the reason why the evidence is strong and so there, it's not just because of the video. The video, we take the video out of the equation, it's much deeper than that. It's the fact that his screen is gray. It is gray laying against a black screen. The black screen can produce a higher contrast because it's a black screen, but yet the black screen can produce a higher white level, which means there's something in our product that allows it to be to read white, light, where his product is nothing in there. You bought a gray and black product. That's what you bought. You bought paint. So, okay. I know I get those people that get my mind reader. Like I can literally feel the naysayers in the back. I can feel your brains exploding. I can feel it. When you sit there and I can feel you sitting there going, no, Ken, no. No, you're wrong, buddy. You're wrong. Sorry, you can't say anything because I got you blocked. Everything's blocked. But I can feel your tension. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel you sitting there saying that, no, Ken, you're wrong. You're definitely wrong. That UV mix right there can't produce the same contrast as your screen. It can't. We've done this before. It can't. It's a great product. Into the videos, Mark Gray, it's a great product. Now, we've never stated that our product could ever produce a white level equal to a white screen. It's virtually impossible. I said it can't be done. It's impossible. Can it produce white levels high enough where the screen is so dark that you can't see it? Well, no. You see, it's a dark. It's producing a very dark image, right? That's what you're seeing, right? Let's just concentrate on my screen by itself. You look at it. That's a really dark screen. You're probably thinking, man, the white levels are going to be really bad on that screen, right? Right? Yeah. We can all agree on that right now. It's really, really dark white. So the thing about it is that people who don't understand the science behind light don't understand the reflection behind a white surface or a projector having the ability to be to see white light. Worst thing I want to do right now is set down a remote control in the dark. Not something I want to do. But apparently I did do it. It's somewhere because I just stepped on something and it just changed over. Literally. All right, I'm going to pop my lights on for a minute. Ken lost his remote control in the dark again. Oh, something that I do all the time. All right, stuff. And I got holes in my chair to show me where I can put stuff at. Do I put them there? No. Let's go turn my lights on so Ken can find his remote control. He lost it in the dark again. I'm telling you, Fire Stick, please backlit your controllers. And be really nice. Because you know, the controller's black. Got these little lines in it that are basically showing you what. But it'd be really nice if you would basically backlight your controllers. It would be really cool. You should come up with another one. See this? Look at this. How am I going to find this in the dark? Backlight these things, man. They're really nice. Backlight them. I'm going to climb up the stairs again. You can't turn the lights off. I'm running up the stairs. So I got to do the James Fonda. Got to do the James Fonda, people. If I want to base turn up lights, I got to hit the Stairmaster 5000 to do it. All because I can't find a remote control. So you're thinking that's pretty dark, right? J&K 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Matter of fact, let's do the white dogs.
Visa Zero Liability gives you the confidence.
So now the white light, it's good now, doesn't it? It's the white levels.
What you do with that confidence.
So how does it do that? How is it 1 minute you show it on all white and it comes out looking dark, but everything else comes out bright? Kind of baffles the mind a bit, doesn't it? How is that possible? I mean, you just saw a really low white level, but how is it doing that? Looks like the friendliest animal in the world. So you run up on top of it and you figure out you have made a big mistake. We got another one here with the bigger dog. Let me see the big dog. There we go. I like this one too. Isn't that interesting? 1 minute, you see the interesting, the white, all white color screensaver come down. It's really dark, and now look how bright the white levels are. Because the technology we developed can read levels of white light, depending on what's being projected. But the majority of the most of the white light it produces actually is going to be super bright. It's a very confusing product to figure out. It really is. It's not going to be as simple as dousing some black paint together as the mixture that Crow made, claiming to be at 12, which you can never match at 12. You couldn't produce any of the 12's demonstrations. Look at that. But I'll give you a little secret. There's no white paint in Phoenix or any of the technology we developed. Not 1 ounce of it. You figure that one out. Gave you a little secret right there. Not 1 drop is in it. I think I broke somebody's mind back there. Because when I saw this demonstration where he had white paint, we was trying to make a 12, I started laughing. There's no white paint in there. You know, it's in there. A lot of faith in God and something called crack a book. That's what's in there. You have those two, maybe you can come close to it. That's what's in it. Faith in God and crack a book. That's for the naysayers right there. There's Crow's UV mix. Which, like I said, at the end of the day, it's nothing more than a black-based product with a white paint in it. That's basically about it. Maybe you might throw a little crystal in there. Who knows? And it's still considered to be a great product. It's a dark gray product. That's how we know there's nothing special about it. See? At this point, you would be better off buying the white screen. Literally, you would be better off. Oh, we're past the point of the demonstration of gray screens can see contrast. We pretty passed that on so many levels, it's not even funny. Not only can't they see contrast, they can't even see color, so we passed that. This is just something a little extra adding from time to time. Yeah.
I am John Stewart. This is what I look like now. talking about this country.
We have huge inequality.
What are the priorities? That has to change, or nothing will change.
Welcome to the problem with Sunster. We should put a comma in that.
So that's what I find really, really, really interesting. That's very interesting. His screen is lighter than mine because it's a gray. Mine's black, and yet mine can produce a higher white level with no problem. I can do that with my cat all the time. Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I love the bright white levels on this. What's this over here?
I am intelligent.
Good morning.
I'm knowledgeable.
Please check my schedule.
This crap freaks me out so much, and I'll tell you why, man. There is so much stuff that can go wrong in this situation so fast. We all know about technology, boy. Technology is buggy as I don't know what. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine having something come in and turn your gas on, something major that could pretty much turn your house into a parking lot at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't trust it. Some of this stuff has to be manual. Some people just rely on too much technology. I am one that am guilty of that of charge. I do rely on way too much technology, which is a bad idea. Even with the white screen, that is absolutely horrible. That is just so much white light pushing off that screen. How much white light is literally pushing off that screen. And look at that. Boom, that's your white light reflecting back off. As our screen is canceling it out at the same time. That's why it looks like that, because our screen's canceling out that white light.
Put the video call 2 p.m. in my calendar.
I am expandable. External connection. Extended convenience. I'm enormous.
Let's just put it this way, people. If you have a house like that, it's only a matter of time before certain individuals with certain skill levels are going to have the ability to manipulate your space. Let's just put it that way in the nicer terms. We do know what we're talking about altogether at the end of the day. That's why I said I'd rather have in my house, I want some technology like that, but not to a point where, no. And not hooked up to someone's actual server. I want to have my own proxy servers where basically I can control what I want. All my cameras in here are directed by my own servers, my own proxy servers. There is no way in the world I would give Comcast or Verizon, or any one of them, sorry, but it's true, the ability to be able to monitor my house. No, that's not going to happen. No. There's just way too much freedom. All right, so let's go over here and let's pull up this bad boy. See? That's what I don't get. And it screen's lighter than mine. Much lighter than mine. Way lighter than mine. All right, we did that one. Lights on, lights up. Let's steer it downstairs. Around and around and around and around we go. We go. Ooh, man. 1,000 minutes in front of that thing is a freaking nightmare. Now we have lights on. This is where I play at. I can play with lights on. It's easy. Also, it's easy. I have people screaming at me, turn your lights off. It's so easy to do. It's not even hard. Now, let's go with some colors here. Shoot, before I even did that. Oh, I gotta do something real quick before you do that. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh no, the firm's doing it on its fearlessly. Should we really that online?
Stay restless.
I don't even know where you pinpoint with its products, to tell you the truth.
Experience
Dark screens can't pull up white levels. The gray screens can't pick up contrast or color. I don't know where you're going at. My screens do all of them.
You get access to your money instantly, and then you can save it, spend it, and get more of it.
So there's my Starfield demonstration on my black screen right there, the Phoenix. We already know darn well from the door that none of those gray screen paints are going to be to pull that contrast level. Not in this much light. I mean, they barely made it with lights off. Oops, sorry about that. Wrong one, wrong controller. So when I bring this up, and I love doing this demonstration on the form site. We do this against darker screens. We did this against paint-on screens. We did it against their product too. The product reacted the same way. So I know people are looking at this going, well, look at this. He's pulling up a contrast level equal to your screen. No, he's actually picking up gray. That's what he's picking up. That's why I told you in your demonstrations that you need to get a 100% black surface, stick your cinema mix next to it, display a Starfield demonstration, and if your cinema mix is doing what you claim it does, it can pull up a contrast level equal to a black screen, then you should be able to blend into that black product with no problem whatsoever. But that demonstration was never done because it can't do that. It's virtually impossible. But he does have the UV mix there. And since you have the UV mix there, you could easily take the UV mix, put that next to the cinema mix, and be able to see if your cinema can pick up a contrast level equal to the UV mix. Now, your UV mix is not picking up black. That's actually picking up gray. I know you're staring at it right now talking about, Ken, you're wrong. That's actually black. I'm looking at that. That is a black screen. All right, let's get a little close to it. Let's see. Is that black or gray? And test your color skill capabilities, naysayers. Now, it's not mine. This is for the naysayers. This is not to be little. And if you're watching for the first time, this is not directed towards you. This is for the naysayers. I want you to look at that. You tell me. You look at that. About to break your brain in about a few minutes. I hope you got basically some a bowl to put it in, because you're going to need it when I get done with you. I'm going to break your brain. Look at that. An expert, a professional can look at that and tell what color that is. Is that gray or black? Kind of reminds me of that YouTube debate about the dress. Was it blue? Was it gray? Remember that craziness? You know, now Taco Bell is trying to start some campaign about, is it a sandwich or is it a taco? You know. But look at that. Is that a gray? Is that producing gray or is that producing black? Well, let's take a look at the screen. What color is the screen now? Is this gray or black? That's gray, right? That's black over there. Actually, that's an 8. You know, that's an 8 painted in right there. I forgot when I painted these screens in how long ago they were. These were 8s when I painted them in. All right, so look at it, put it against the white. You're thinking that's an amazing contrast level, right? Let's look at that for a minute. That's an amazing contrast level, right? Watching today Victorian engineering and how the whole Renaissance and the industrial age got started at the beginning of, you know, it's interesting if you watch the documentary on the Victorian era, where they're basically developing a lot of the technology over in Britain and stuff like that, with plumbing and toilets and stuff like that. You'd be surprised where a lot of your stuff comes from. It's quite interesting. I watched that documentary today. And this is where someone's going to try to convince you that up against a white screen, that this screen is actually going to black level. That's deep space, isn't it? Now, what color is it now? If you hear something shatter in the background, it sounds like a bunch of sprockets and stuff just basically just collapsing on itself. Yeah, I thought it was going to shatter your brain a little bit there. Yeah, that screen is actually gray. It's not black. It looks black if you put it against a white screen. It looks black. But now when you look at it next to a black screen, it's gray. So it's no longer picking up black anymore, it's gray. So the interesting theory about this whole thing is that not because it's basically, you can see our screen is black, right? Our screen's jet black, it's picking up a black image, it's a much darker screen. You would expect it to pick up a much lower white level, right? But that screen right there is gray. And because that screen is gray and it's not matching our screen in contrast, it can't even match our screens on white levels in the dark. There you go. There's the other half of your brain collapsing right there. So you would think that any color that would be brighter than black would pick a higher white level. You would think that, right? I mean, everybody would think the same thing. You know, if you think a white screen or any screen, they're going to be lightly lighter than a black screen, so the white level is going to be much higher. But the interesting thing about this product is the fact that it doesn't do that. It produces a low white level, which comes up dirty next to a screen that's jet black, and it can't produce a contrast level next to a screen that's jet black. But it should have the advantage point, being a lighter gray. You know why? Because it's paint. It's everyday black and white paint. Black and white paint has no special abilities. That's it. Now, if I just showed you a demonstration of that product over there, being in my mix, my product, made out of black and white paint, matching his product right there perfectly, and blues and greens and yellows and contrast on the exact same thing, then that just tells me at the end of the day, that product I bought, which is Metallica Mix 2.0, is basically black and white paint. Same reaction I'm getting from this one right here. And that's why the orders are getting canceled. Because we bring his products down here, we can tell what's in it. Because back long ago, under digital and crystal screen paint, I've had 4 years under my belt of testing out white and gray products and how to mix them and put different blends of metallica silvers and golds into them to make them to be able to pop a certain way. We don't develop that technology anymore. We develop black technology, which is a whole different world of developing screens. That's why the orders get canceled, because they're afraid we'll figure out exactly what's in it. Usually with the high-end screens, it's the same thing, same reflective material. If they make the screen too dark, they make the reflective material a little higher to make it for the white levels you're going to lose, because the surface is a little bit darker. And usually it's rare that a light screen or a light gray screen is going to have a reflective surface, because it's really not needed, to tell you the truth. I mean, they're already going to be pushing up a high enough white level because the black level is a little low, but to put a reflective surface on it would be completely pointless. I would say completely pointless if you're going to use an ultra short throw, because then that may be a problem too, because ultra short throws usually have a problem with those reflective surfaces. And on top of that, then you deal with the narrow viewing comb effect and all that other nonsense that pops up. A lot of screens are plagued with those right there. They become headaches. So you can't even pull the contrast levels in the menu. I mean, we can match the screen. I can blend right into it if I want.
This network needs a clean up its act.
I know I come with a history that not all of you love.
I feel like I'm bringing in my big sister to clean up my mess.
I'm ready enough.
And we're back.
So happy to.
I was into that commercial. I don't know why. So no, you mix can't matches in contrast and can't matches in white levels. But like I said, against a white screen, it does have an improvement. Not saying it doesn't have an improvement. It does have an improvement over a white screen. Anything has an improvement over a white screen. It's a white screen. Think you were seeing contrast. See, you think you're seeing a black level there. You're not seeing black. You're seeing gray. That's why when I see demonstrations being done on these light gray screens claiming to be the full contrast levels, you're seeing shades of gray. You're not seeing black. So that 22,000 to 1 or 50,000 to 1 or 10,000 to 1 or 12,000 to 1 contrast ratio, that 8-bit, 12-bit color wheel you have in your projector, completely useless. If you can't see contrast, you can't see color. Even the border sees a better contrast level. All right, so that's pretty much it for that right there. That's what I find interesting about this product right here, because like I said, I don't know how you have the screen that's lighter than mine, but yet you can't see a white level to save your soul. I don't know how that works. And the same thing, like I said, not to be just on him. Whatchamacallit did the exact same thing. The paint on screen paint did the exact same thing. But the difference between them and him is the fact that their product's not made with black and white paint. I'm looking at this, I can tell there's something different about it. It's not made with black and white paint. It doesn't see well with white light. And they personal mix. It's a great screen paint product. Fair here. try to be as fair as possible. Try to be as fair as possible. Now, that right there, you're seeing is a silver phoenix. Oh, yeah, we have a silver phoenix downstairs. That's a silver phoenix. Silver phoenix, we never made a claim that a silver phoenix can pull contrast over next to a black screen. Virtually impossible, which we told you that before when we developed it. It was developed because we had some customers that still wanted to go near the lighter grade screen, so we developed the silver phoenix. Mind you, silver phoenix is not a grade paint, it's an actual silver screen. It can see contrast levels. Yep, it can see contrast levels. But equal to a black screen, ain't gonna happen. I told you that before. It's even basically written in the description of the product when we had on the website that it was a mid-class screen, not a high-class screen, not a professional screen. And we told you from the door, we showed you contrast levels, we showed you everything in fully lit environments with the meters attached to them. You can watch the demonstrations for yourself just to show you that, no, it is not going to be to compete, because I don't want people coming here thinking that this is going to be like Crow's product. It's going to do the same thing. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what you are getting and what you are buying. Now, contrast levels, yes, are going to be good. Go to a black screen? No, not going to happen. Only the black screens can produce a 100% contrast level. Goes personal mix, right next to the Phoenix. It's not going to pick up the same contrast levels. Metallica mix, not going to pull the same contrast levels. Let me see, where's the remote control at? The Phoenix, if we drop that down over top of that screen and we did the demonstration, I had to do the demonstration side by side, Phoenix versus the black Phoenix versus silver Phoenix, to show you exactly, so you know exactly which ones you're going to get. The silver Phoenix is going to pull a higher white level because it's a much lighter screen, and it's going to be the pull, the color is not going to come out as good as a black. The black's going to produce a much better color, easily. Standalone by itself, it's gorgeous, but next to that screen, on another hand, no.
With Square, your money moves right along with your business. So how you take payments works with how you pay your team. From money in to money out, it's all connected with Square.
See, they all react the same way when it comes to a white screen. There's no way in the world Phoenix is going to be able to produce a white level equal to a white screen. No screen can do it if it's slightly darker than a white screen. But the Phoenix can produce a contrast level. Now, it's not going to be the darkest contrast level in the world, but it can produce a contrast level. And this screen was tested against 18 certifiers, including 3 gunmetal screens, and beat those screens. If you want, you don't believe me? Go check out my archives. Look it up. Look up Silver Phoenix test demonstrations. That's why we do them live. If I want to develop a silver product, and I'm not a big fan of silver screens, I'm just not. I lean more toward black technology. But if I'm going to develop a silver screen, I'm sure enough going to make it better than the rest of them. Excuse me, people. Sorry about that. You don't want you to hear all that in the background. Okie dokie. You see. I got to get back into my Dungeon Defenders. I haven't been back on my Dungeon Defenders on a server like in about 8 months. I got to get back in there. Now, how does it compare to the black screen? Of course, the black screen is going to be to take it out with no problem. It's a black screen. That's what it's designed to do. It has heavy contrast levels. You're going to be able to wipe all those with no problem. We did these demonstrations already. Now, the Silver Phoenix has one interesting feature, which we never talk about. The Silver Phoenix can work on high-end projectors, high-end certain projectors. I don't want to talk about it too much, and at the end of the day, we're never going to support it, and I will never support it. But those of you who have Valva projectors and that X Sumi or X WeMax, whatever, that technology can actually enhance your projector. Literally, no problem. Because the blacker screens can't pick up on it, because for some reason your lumen count in those particular projectors aren't producing what you're supposed to be producing. That's why in a lot of demonstrations, these projectors are claiming to be 5,000 lumen projectors, for some reason are always in these ambient light controlled environments. You have a 5,000 lumen projector less than a foot away from a screen, you really don't have, you can light every area up in your house and that screen's still going to pull up, especially if you have it compressed into a 100-inch screen. You're not going to have a problem pulling an image up. So you got to be dropping lower than 5,000 lumens. Something's wrong there. But that technology right there can produce on it. We did a job, I did a job for a company that had a bunch of those projectors, and they wanted to see if the Phoenix could pull, and the Phoenix pulled. It pulled with no problem. It pulled contrast at the same time too, with no problem. As you can see, it does produce a better contrast level. But as I said before, we're not going to support it. Don't bother submitting emails. Don't bother asking us. We're not going to support it. We're not going to support it. Because if I support that, then I got to support every freaking knockoff projector on the face of the planet, and I'm not going to be bothered with that nonsense or that headache. Because then I'm going to have people come like, what about this projector? And what about that projector? No, we're not going to support it. That's why it's pulled off the website. Because that thing's going to become a headache. But it'll support it. And I got people saying, why don't you develop a screen paint for knockoff projectors? No, I'm not going to do that because that's another headache. That means now I'm supporting, with those particular projectors, they fall in a different category than well, they still do live on their specifications. They really do. But we did it for a special job for a company. As in developing one for everybody, no, we're not going to do that. That's going to become a headache for me and everybody else. Because what if it doesn't work? What if your projector doesn't meet the criteria of what the other projectors had that may make that image produce, and it doesn't produce? Then that means I led you down the wrong road. Now we just did it for that particular high-end projector. Those are the high-end knockoff projectors. They have a little bit more bells and whistles than the average projector that's claiming to be 15,000 lumens and 8K, none of the nonsense. So we just did it for that job only, and that was it. But it did support, it did work, but other than that, being a developer product, I could develop a product that could work with those projectors, but nah. I'm not doing that. That's a pain in the neck, a headache, and I don't support them. Never will support them. All right, so let's go bring it back up. Like I said, we got screens in here that produce amazing contrast levels, but the only screens that have the technology for 100% contrast are black. They're the only ones that can do it. A gamer pulls up amazing contrast levels. The contrast levels on a gamer have to be insane, even though they can't match the contrast levels on a black screen. The contrast levels on the gamers have to be insane because that's how we get the colors to pop so high. Gamer screens are freaking crazy when it comes to colors. But they still can't compete with the black screens. Black screens can only pull 100%. All right, so I got my own stuff up there. I got my own Phoenix up there with no problem. So let's do it with these right here. All right. Let's see what a silver Phoenix, which is our technology we made, as you can see, pulls an amazing contrast levels next to, his products don't pull the same as ours, how it competes with the black technology. Like I said, contrast levels are good on the Phoenix. They're really, really good. But like I said, this black technology is much more advanced. So let's see. We have lights on right now, blah, 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 blah. Let's pull up just a basic demonstration on here. 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Phoenix technology. Silver Phoenix black levels are crazy, but they're not as advanced as a black screen. They can mimic good contrast levels. Put it against the Big Brother, and the Big Brother does something completely different because the screen is 100% black. Let's see if we can get a pause in there, something nice. There we go. want the pause on that. Ah, come on, Mother Chicken George. That's my curse words, people. I been playing Call of Duty, and I'm like, Mother Chicken George, what the freak are you talking about? Like, wait, what did you just say? Did you just say Mother freaking George? Like, yeah, those are my curse words. I try. I don't want to curse at all. So I just make up my own curse words. I don't even know why. Look, I'm going to explain something to you real quick about. We got to do a video on dislikes. The dislikes don't bother me, people. At the end of the day, they don't. It's not my problem. If it bothers you, if these demonstrations bother you, it's not my problem. It's your problem at the end of the day. Because it's your problem because you have this technology. You do. You have these Crow products. You have these $5,000 projection screens. It's not my problem. If my product's coming out here and we're blowing out this stuff, how is that my problem at the end of the day? You can dislike all you want. It doesn't do anything to me. I still get contracts at the end of the day. I still have orders that come in at the end of the day because people watch these demonstrations that want better products for themselves are glad that I'm taking the time out to show them what they're not getting. I mean, hey, look, if you want to get caught in one of these web traps and buy one of these generic screens, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's you at the end of the day. All right? You want good stuff that's actually going to work, where you can actually walk through your house at 4 o'clock and 12 o'clock in the afternoon and watch a football game, then you talk to me. And if you're one of the naysayers and it upsets you because my product is that good, well, at the end of the day, I really don't care whether you don't like or dislike my product because it's not towards you because you don't own my product and you don't support it. So don't care. This is for the customers who want something better, don't want to spend a lot of money, and this is for them. That's what's for them. But dislikes and stuff don't bother me. I told you at the end of the day, I never got YouTube. For me is not what everybody for YouTube. For some people, when they have the live streams, I can have nobody in here and I'm still talking, because at the end of the day, this video is going to be going to my Facebook page. It's going to be going to my business pages and my forum sites. It's going to be going to our website, stuff like that. So that's why I can have nobody in here and still be talking. When this is advertisement for my company. Now, I'm not in here to get millions of likes. I'm not in here to get millions of subscribers. I can be down to 1 subscriber. It doesn't make a difference. This is advertising for me. It's far more affordable to advertise through YouTube than it is to advertise to some big companies going to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for just a little bit of time. And I've done that on Facebook. I spent thousands of dollars on basically boosting to have more people come and watch. At the end of the day, it really didn't add up to nothing. I get more of my likes here. I get more of my people watching here when I actually show off the videos, or we need these videos for when I'm basically doing business with a company and I say, hey, look, this is blah, 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 and this is blah, 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 and we can show them that live demonstration. That's what that's for. But for me, looking to get millions of likes and millions of subscribers, no, it's not for me. That's not for me. It's only for advertisement. That's what it's for. Live demonstrations, I tell you, when we do live demonstrations, it's up to you if you want to come in and watch. If you got better things to do, go do them. Pretty sure you got some better stuff to do to hear me talk. I don't need a crowd to talk. I don't. I just need for me to do the video, explain what has to be done, show the demonstration, be thorough about it, be to the point, and then basically take the same demonstration and throw it up on all my different forum sites. I have 13 Facebook business pages that this actually gets linked to. I have 2 Twitter accounts, and then I have my website and another website that's being built. And other videos from here are being linked over to offline to other accounts that are being linked up on display at showrooms. Not this one in particular. I have other ones I'll be doing, which will have not me explaining all this. But yeah, that's what happens to them. There you go. It's just advertising. So when somebody comes and I'll give you like a dislike. Really? Like I'm going to look at that and that's going to break my day. Like I'm going to go upstairs and cry into a cup of coffee. Please, move on. All right, let's get it on. All right, because right now I'm going online after this. I'm going to finish my zombie game. I got to figure out exactly where all the breach charges are before my friend gets back online, so we can figure out where all the breach charges are on the new level, so that way when we go play online with everybody else, I know where all the breach charges are. We need those to actually blow up to certain boxes to get certain weapons, like that freaking shield, which I realized that you have to have a particular character for that one. All right. impressive for a silver screen to be cool in that contrast level like that. I could, like I said, I could develop, if I decided that I wanted to develop, we did it already, for a certain projector to make it look good, we could do that. But I'm not supporting that projector. I only supported one projector and that was it. Now, could we make a dedicated screen paint strictly for the valve projector? Yeah, we did. Actually, I chose 2 customers to get the access to that technology. That's it. Only 2. At the end of the day, you know, like I said, it was to help them out. It was to help them out because the 2 customers who purchased the product, they bought the Black Phoenix. The Black Phoenix wouldn't have worked on this, on the valve. No way in the world would it ever work. The screen would have came up black. They wouldn't be able to see the screen. So, like I said, I make good on my customers. I didn't want them being stuck with the Black Phoenix, even though they should have read the guidelines, and they didn't read the guidelines, they just ordered the paint. I offered to send them out the Phoenix, the silver version of the technology. And they can keep the paint. I said, keep the paint, don't worry about it. We'll send you out the new one, we'll send you out the Silver Phoenix for free. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure my customers get the best. And even though it says that you open up the product, it's yours, we still try to make an effort for our customers who've taken the time to support our company to make things right with them. I can even do customizations. Yeah, the Silver Phoenix, boy. That was another beautiful product. That shows you how high the white levels are on a Black Phoenix. The Silver Phoenix and a Black Phoenix can literally almost go toe to toe when it comes to color. That's how advanced the Phoenix was. There were actually 2 interesting products we developed. Very interesting. The Silver Phoenix had the ability to be able to pull up amazing colors. So could the Black. Literally both of them in the dark side by side. You couldn't tell one from the other. That's the Black Phoenix switched over to contrast. Then you would be able to see it. But the Silver Phoenix was actually really amazing. That's why I said that this technology, this valve technology, is always interested in us actually producing a dedicated product for that. But not going to happen. We're going to have to do a demonstration on the Silver Phoenix. Yeah, it was a paint I didn't want to really get rid of. I like the paint. I mean, we can get rid of it, but I just didn't feel that. I didn't want to do a silver product. I mean, even though we can develop silver products better than anyone else, but still, it's just not for me. I'm dark technology. That's what I like to be at. We'll make this available for companies only, but still. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Hey guys, it's me, Reverend Rock. Today we are at Mixed Time Media to shoot.
This sort of thing said that color shifting technology. That was a really good silver screen. Like I said, we only do it through company invoices now. With the black technology, you can blend right into it. So I like the Silver Phoenix. Amazing technology. But the only problem with the Silver Phoenix is the simple fact that it can't do what the black screen does at all. The only thing that the Silver Phoenix can do that the black screen can't do is it can produce images on that valve projector. And we saw that happen in one of the demonstrations. We tried it with the black screen can't pull it. For some reason, that Silver Phoenix can pull that along with the contrast level at the same time, which makes it a perfect, if we decided to make a dedicated screen paint for the Silver Phoenix, we could do so. But the black screens have it all. Oh, you thought you was matching my Silver Phoenix, didn't you? No, you don't match my products. This is how your product comes up next to a Silver Phoenix. Silver Phoenix produces a red level. Your red level comes up a bit faded next to a silver. No, it doesn't even match our colors at all. That became the issue behind the Silver Phoenix. Silver Phoenix does produce amazing, that it can pick up on a Valve projector. It can pick up on the WeMax projector, but this is the high grade projectors, the knockoff projectors. It can produce on them because it doesn't have that heavy black level. But like I said, it can maintain its contrast levels and everything, but the black screen does everything. It does it all. And this is my own stuff. I do these little demonstrations against. How can we put the play not working on this? There we go. All right, I'm done. I think I covered too much in this demonstration. I was trying to keep it simple. I was trying to keep it with gray screens, but you know, then one thing clicks in my head, goes, well, you got to show them this and you got to show them that. Man, I do like that black screen though. 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm gonna do one thing real quick in here. That's how insane the black. That's what I said. It's kind of hard to do because, like I said, the black screens do everything. They produce better contrast, they produce colors. Next to the Phoenix, I'm done here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get upstairs and probably jump online and do some gaming or something because I haven't had a chance to do any gaming all day. I need something to do. Woo-hoo! Demonstration went on too long. I gotta figure a way to show these demonstrations. Show, ready, show, done. Cat 5 saying, where is he at? Cat's probably wondering, where the heck is he at? So I'm going to go downstairs and do one demonstration that was supposed to be in. It should have been done by now. Yeah, that's the problem. I want to explain so much, I just never have enough time. That's the problem. So much they don't show you in the demonstrations. Every time I watch these demonstrations, they never show you what you're supposed to see. I always want to cut through the chase. I want to show you cutting so many corners when they show you their demonstrations. They don't never explain it to y'all. That's the sad thing about it. I watch these demonstrations, I can't even read half the crap they're talking about in this demonstration. Like, what the frick are you talking about? You haven't showed me any exotic colors. You haven't shown me no contrast, nothing. Where's the light in the environment? Where's the meter test? The lux test, anything? Look at that. That's beautiful. I mean, the day is not to be rude or anything, but I appreciate it to give me a like here and there, but at the end of the day, it's just basically for advertising. That's what it's for. So, just save your time. You have to give me a like. It's not important. I don't need millions of people in the room. These are test demonstrations that have to be done and we have to display. Oh man, I gotta do some game. I gotta bring the gamer screen down. I don't know what time we got. Maybe that late. We may bring this silver things back. I don't know. 'What this is? What is that screen right there? That right there is a gold Phantom. That's the big one I got painted on the wall. Those screens are supposed to be sprayed in, by the way. That's the 135 inch I got upstairs. That's the screen that's only 10% done. That's a Phantom gold version of it. Now the strokes you're seeing there, sorry about that. Like I said, it's designed to be sprayed on. I wrote it on because I was curious to see how the screen was going to react, but they're designed to be sprayed on. That's a technology at 10% done. It's only being developed. Actually, I have 135 upstairs. I like the screen so much that I painted 135 upstairs. I had to have it upstairs. But that is the gold version of it.
The Disney bundle's only $13.99 a month. That's a small price to pay to be the best streamer.
10% technology. Oh, look at all these screens. That's a good thing I had the white screen down here. The white screen, I get to throw my stuff against it all day. What is this right here? What is this? I don't know, that looks like a wishing call. We don't even make those anymore. Wow, This is some of the old stuff I have down here that I don't even use anymore. That is the whatchamacallit. That is the there. I wonder if we got a test Phoenix. I think this is a test Phoenix. I'm pretty sure it's a test Phoenix. Like a test Phoenix. I think that's a test Phoenix. Nope, that's a test Phoenix. That's before we actually started developing the white levels on it. Big white screen we have done here. When we do black screens, see all those big old sample sheets you see all back there behind you? Right there? When we test this, how we know when you know who's doing fake demonstrations. We have a big white screen down here. When we test a black screen, we have to test the white levels on the screen to see how they're going to react. That right there is a Phoenix in its first form before we add other formulas to it to be able to make it be able to heighten the white levels. That's what all these sheets are for over here. So this is how we test the screens out. That's why I said there's something wrong with that with his with the UV mix, because the UV mix should never come up that dark. If he had a big white screen there testing his stuff, he would know if his screen was bringing up the levels too dark. And that's how I know he never tested the product against a white surface. We have to have a big white screen on here display. We have to have white sheets of paper, white certified screens. All that has to be thrown up against the black screen so we can get an idea to see exactly where the white levels are laying. We don't want the screen to produce too high of a white level because that means the contrast will wash out, the color will wash out. We'll be back to square one. It has to be a balance in there in order to get the screen to maintain its white levels, contrast, and color at the same time. That's how I can tell when I took the UV mix and put it in here and that screen came up that dark and that black screen was able to come over top of it and overshadow it and produce a much higher white level. That's the first thing that popped up. Like, this product was never even tested. Not even tested, that the fact the screen's lighter than my screen, it can't pick up a proper contrast level because the screens are light gray, one of them not gray, but some of them dark gray. But being a dark gray, it still should have a better vantage point of picking up a wider level than my screen, and can't do it. That tells me at the end of the day, guess what? In that product, it's nothing but black and white paint. Because I can do the same thing over there with my mix, making a black and white product, and I can match this gray product and do the exact same thing. So if I get some black and white paint, starting off with a black base, and mixing with white, I can mimic literally the UV with no problem. Within probably about an hour or so, I can figure out exactly what it took to make it. I put my chair. Well, well. It's just black and white paint. There's nothing special in it. We got to do. Ah, I forgot to show you. The silver mix I showed you, where you showed, that was painted on cardboard. Cardboard projection screen, people. Bam! Cardboard. Cardboard projection screens. So what can you paint it on? You paint anything you want. Cardboard projection screens. Just look at that right there. Look at that real carefully. Just stand in front and look at that. That's a beautiful screen, ain't it? Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful screen, people. Beautiful screen. Black and white paint. High-tech designs to make it color shifting technology, all that cool stuff embedded in that. Black shifting technology. No, it's black and white paint. Same thing this is. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's put the stickies on the other end because I don't want to show the tape. Show the stickies on the other end. That's how I know the UV mix is black and white paint. Now I can tell when I look at this paint we bought called HD Pro. That product is not black and white paint. There's something else in that, and that is really interesting. But at the end of the day, I don't care because that's his little world. It's his world, and that's little world. Show disrespect. That's his world, and he's not making accusations that his product is doing something that no other product can do. We can back ours up. Now, black and white paint and $107. That's not gonna stay long. Yep, same thing. I was kind of shocked because, like I said, I bought the product. I gotta buy me a new chair now. Mother George. Same match. Exact same match.
With 360-degree zone lighting, you can control the lighting on your truck and find zones.
So we'll be covered in the video demonstration. No, gray screens can't produce the same contrast level as the black screen with dark on, with lights on. It can't produce the same color. Dark UV mixes or dark mixes or gray mixes, we've done this with paint on screens, and keep in mind, paint on screens has never claimed to be able to do any of the things that the UV mix claimed to be able to do. Neither one of those can pull white light, which we did in the last couple of demonstrations. And for some strange reason, the UV mix pulls out a very dark white level. Can't pull out the same white levels of a Phoenix can do, and it can't match the Phoenix contrast levels. And then over here we have my mix, which is basically a black and white product I made on a larger screen. And the screen in the middle is Metallica mix, which cost around $107. Yeah, y'all figured that one out. That's for y'all to figure out. I've already done my research on that one. Every last one of those colors are washed out. Every last one of them. That's another interesting theory be sure at the beginning. I can take my mix, his product, and show you bright colors in a fully lit environment. Every last one of those colors are washed out. Every last one of them. There's no that's supposed to be no contrast level popped up. Look at that. You're literally, people think they're seeing red. That is not red. You're not seeing red. My projector has a 12-bit color wheel on it, not 8. You still can't pick up red. Oh man. And I see these all the time. I see these demonstrations that are sent to me by hobbyists and whatever. They send me these videos and I'm like, I put it right in junk. The minute I look at the first couple minutes of it, it goes right to junk. Because I know what the rest of it's going to be. Having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Some of them I don't even bother looking at. Go right to junk. That's what I'm just telling you from the door. He's sending me messages with these little videos linked to the bottom. It goes right to junk. Because I can automatically tell. If you're sending me this, then I know you're definitely colorblind. You definitely can't see color. If you're sending me this and you think this is real color, then what's the point of me looking at it? I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful here, but there's no point in me looking at it. You're not producing red. No red. Your color's washed out. So if you think you're sending a video of a demonstration, and this is supposed to be your screen, and this is what you approve of, you clearly at the end of the day are colorblind, because that's not red. This is red. And just in the demonstration, we'll do one with the lights out. Just to show you, you send people, like I said, they send me demonstrations like, well, how about this, Mr. Bird? How about this demonstration right here? I guarantee you, you gotta be wrong. No, you're not seeing red. Simple and plain. Clear to the point. What color is your TV? Is your TV gray or black? What color is your cell phone you're watching right now? Is your screen gray or black? It's black, right? There you go. That's the new technology of this era, black. Not gray. Gray TVs came out right around when, actually, yeah, gray TVs came out when I was around a kid. When I was a kid. Mind you, I'm 54 years old. Well, I've got to be 54. And gray TVs came out when I was a kid. So you think about that one, how old that is. Next to white screen, you're thinking, but the colors look fantastic. I don't know which is more disturbing for you in this demonstration. The fact that it does give a better image than the white screen, or the fact that my $15 a gallon product, which is the big screen you're seeing right now, is blending in perfect to the $107 product that some of you have on your wall right now. So I made that product at a $15 a gallon. You paid $107 for it, but people can say, well, you paid $107. Yeah, I did pay $107, but I knew what I was buying. I didn't buy it with the hopes to believe it was going to give me anything fantastic. I bought it thinking, by looking at it, can tell that why were the colors so washed out. And to compare it against our black technology, which product, keep in mind, this product was supposed to be to produce a white level so high, it made our screen so dark. That's why I purchased it. But at the end of the day, when you look at this large screen right here in the middle, I don't know what hurts more. The fact that the black screen is producing a better contrast level and we're in the dark, or the fact that the larger screen cost me $15 a gallon. And it's matching perfectly. For those of you who want to get a little closer to the screen, there you go. I told you at the end of the day, I told you the UV mix, all that, it's black and white paint. That's what you purchase. I don't need to worry about cancel orders. There's two ways I know I can make it myself over here. It's not a problem. There's no difference. And even just to even show you something even more shocking, I showed you the UV mix. Like I said, again, it's lighter than our black screens, which should be able to pull a higher white level, but it doesn't. It pulls a very heavy black level. The blacker screen paint pulls the higher white level. That's what you're supposed to be seeing when it comes to red. So I'm not being rude when you send me demonstrations and they go to junk mail. It's the fact that when I first look at that video for that first couple of seconds, if I see that image pop up like that and you're claiming that to be red, it's a waste of my time. It goes right to junk mail. That's my, what the freak. That is a red gaudy table. Boy, that table is so gaudy. Super gaudy. The John Gaudi's are really gaudy. Gaudy tables. A lot of gold into it. That's a lot of red in it. I haven't watched a movie in ages with the lights out. I watch a lot of my demonstrations with the lights on, but I really gotta. Oh yeah, I've watched the movies with the lights. I watch because upstairs. I forgot that's the Blue Lounge. The Blue Lounge is always dark at night, the lights and everything. So I do watch some shows. I should watch shows with lights out. I like to use my overhead lights, which I need to be upstairs right now watching my big screen instead of downstairs in the basement watching this. That's where I need to be at. And then for those you're going to sit there and say, well, Berg, guess what? That screen right there is showing amazing color. It's black and white paint. Again, that right there, the big screen right there, is black and white paint. I told you I can mimic this product with no problem. In the middle of that screen, is this product. Black and white paint. That's it. No special abilities or glitter or whatever. Black and white paint. No silver in there. There's no silver in there. No glitter. Nothing. Black and white paint. That's it. Not even bare surface screen. Nope. Not even bare surface screen. Basic white paint and black paint. That's it. Nothing special. That's a lot to take in. I know it is. There's not to be rude or anything. At the end of the day, exactly what you got. I told you. That's it. That's what you got. I've been the longest one I've actually done streams longer than this. Black and white paint. That's what you paid for. Sure money at the end of the day, not mine. I really don't care. I don't get it. Literally, this guy could sell snowballs to Eskimos. Good. He could sell different color snowballs to Eskimos. Got to be a good salesman to be to sell black and white paint to customers to make them believe that they're getting something more, getting more than what they're paying for. I don't have to order that stuff. Why would I order his products? I can make every last one of his screen paints right here with no problem. But it's not fair if I don't do an unboxing video, because that's pointless. Got to do the unboxing video. Got to do all that stuff right there, right from the door. We can blend into his great products. No problem at all. And this is the part I gotta leave with. This is the part that baffles me the most. That's the UV mix right there. Again, I showed you in the demonstration with the star field. Lighter than our product. Only problem is it can't pick up a white level. That's the disturbing part. And it's lighter than my screen. Should be able to do that with no problem whatsoever. But if the base of that product starts off with a black base, that means it has so much of a contrast level, and if you do add in a couple of teaspoons of white to lighten it up, it's still going to be off balance when it comes to a white level. Skyworth food demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Bolts of contrast, no problem. How's that possible? Look how dark that's coming up. That's screen is dark gray, which means it should have the ability to be able to produce some form of white light. Now I did say gray screens. Can they produce contrast? I should change the white level too. Look at that. The closer up you get, people, the more ugly it's going to get. If I'm back here at the distance where you're supposed to be at, but we go even closer, it's not going to get brighter for you. But, you know, just to satisfy the curiosity of some of you may be thinking that, no, it's going to get worse. I told you, much, much, much worse. Now, you know what that tells me from this demonstration? It tells me that his base, when he designed that paint, was either dark gray or black. That's what it was. That's what that tells me. Because that product being gray, and if you dropped in white into it, the majority of that color that comes out of that particular product is dark. That's why it's producing the white level that dark. Automatically tells me how it's made just by looking at it. There's nothing special about it. I love this part right here. At the end of the day, you bought black and white paint. That's what it comes down to. Anything we throw against the screen, we can tell exactly. The white backgrounds, we can read, I can tell exactly what's in it, how it's made, what's the flaws on the technology. All that information is being fed to me. I've been doing this for years. It's easy for me to know. That's why he was canceling out. And we brought his product down here. We'd have made all his products within 1 hour. I lie to you not. Every last one of his products when it came down here, we'd have had made them in hours. And been able to show you exactly how they were designed with no problem. Black and white paint. I guarantee you at the end of the day. How else do you explain it? Now, he tried to make a 12. I seen it where he basically tried to add white paint into it. Here's a little heads up for you, Crow. None of our black products have whites in them at all. The problem is that you just mix junk together. You don't understand the physics behind technology around black screens being able to read white light. You don't understand anything about that at all. If you did, you wouldn't have a product like that. I couldn't imagine you ever developing a black screen. It would be absolutely horrible. If that's a great screen and it's having this kind of problem right now. We're in the dark right now with 5,000 lumens, and that thing's not even picking up a white level. I couldn't imagine you ever developing a black screen. That would be, I'm pretty sure you tried already. I wouldn't put it past you. I think you tried already. But you launched this thing? Wow, that's bad. And what can you say about this? I mean, bottom line is, it's a black screen. It's darker than your screen. It produces a higher white level. It's darker than your screen. It produces a higher contrast level. There's no excuse why your product even looks that way. Look at that. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know. I really don't. Look how beautiful those cups. Look at those pastel cups. Look how beautiful those pastel cups look. See how gorgeous that looks? That's why I said you didn't test your product. Sorry the demonstration took so long. People can fast forward what you want to see, but we have to be thorough in these demonstrations. I try to make these demonstrations short, but I have to be thorough in these demonstrations. These are things you need and have to see. I'm not going to come on here and do a demonstration and blow through a bunch of pretty colors across the screen and go, voila, we are done. Look at the screen, it looks fantastic. No, we got to break it down. That's what has to be done. So you can see at the end of the day, again, it's your money at the end of the day, what you are actually really getting. This is why we have 11 cancellations sitting upstairs on a desk upstairs, because he knows if this product comes down here, it's not going to go through that whole run-of-the-mill, fast demonstration, a bunch of pretty colors up on the screen. No, we're going to break it down so you can see exactly what you're getting. And there's no excuse for this at all, period. That's absolutely horrifying right there. You're not picking up anything at all. I mean, at least slightly a little bit of something, but you're not picking up anything. At least your personal mix. I mean, but then again, that is a light gray screen. It should be to pick up something besides that. And like I said, we've already tested against the other paint on screens. We did those already, so you know, we see how that one stacks up. That's the only gray screen paint I could possibly find at the time. Actually, screen claiming to be black. We have your personal mix right there. Discontinued Metallica, which I think for now on, what you should do is you should make that black and white mixture and you test that against all your products live and show your customers what they're getting. That's what you should be doing. We didn't just come in here and do his product. We did the Silver Phoenix. We did my mix over there. So we did more than one gray screen paint because I don't want him thinking that, oh, we just singled him out. No, I put my own product up there. So, you know, I'm not afraid to do that. And then we showed you a couple of the cool stuff we're working on right now, that gold phantom technology we're working on. So you got a chance to see that too. There's so much white light coming off the screen right now. I can physically see my remote controls with no problem. Oh, look at this right here. Even your gray screen paints, your light gray screen, that's your personal mix on the far end. It's going to pick up a dark level. That's expected. I didn't like the fact when he did his demonstrations, he said where, okay, because the screen's darker, you know what I mean? So, no. Even your own product itself will never pick up a bone white level to white screen. So you're actually showing people that something that's not true. Now, all gray screens are going to do the same thing against a white screen. They're all going to react the same way. Some are going to be a little darker than others. But that UV mix is unexcusable. Even the Metallica mix is too dark. So when you look at it, there's no different shades. It's not too dark. It's not too bright. It's a perfect blend. And the reason why at the very end, when you see the white screen start to flash, that's the white screen canceling out, the white light being canceled out on the white screen. So you don't have this too well lit environment. Here's Mr. Mannequin back there. Get that focus a little better. There we go. Boom. Yeah, what am I going to drop off? I'll have to buy a screen and paint half of it black. I like doing this, but I want to do a half black and half white. We're going to do a couple of those. I'm bringing the gamer screen down tomorrow, so we're going to do some gaming off the gamer screen. I haven't brought that. I had a motorized gamer screen upstairs. Yeah, so this is what you're getting. Different shades of white levels that are not picking up correctly. That's what you're getting. In all three mixes, that's what you're getting. That's what you're picking up. Each one's giving it off a little darker level. Let's try the rest of this through. I'm going to get upstairs. I'm going to get online on my server. I'm going to see what's going on in that game. I haven't played that game in a while. So all your products, I can lie to you not, has black and white paint in it. Because each one of them is giving us a really bad tone, especially when it comes to white levels. Tones are really, really bad. Whether it be the personal, whether it be the metallic, and whether it be the UV, each one of them is giving off a dark of a level. It's not picking the white level high enough. I wonder what's going on Keystone real quick. Keystone has some really bright white levels. We gotta go back to this one. It's brighter than day and night.
Good morning.
You can do white level tests on any of your products.
I'm knowledgeable.
We don't care about, like on his website, we really don't care about the UV. We have UV down here. We have we don't just have metallic. We have the personal down here. We're more curious about the Cinemax. That's the one I'm most curious about. Because that's when he made the highest claims with. That screen can pull a contrast level into a black screen. We're dying to see that one. We'll get it down here.
I'm enormous.
The white levels are horrible. I got to go back to that one. She was in the kitchen.
I'm enormous.
That's a good one. No. Let's go back to the other one in the kitchen. Yeah, that's the one. That's really bad. I'm leaving it with this. That is really bad. Watch the white screen flash because it's going to be canceled out in a few minutes. You don't have a proper white balance in any one of those products. That's a bad sign. That automatically, right there, even from that right there alone, having all three of them up at the same time, each one showing a different tone in the white levels, and the white levels are bad on each one of them. Some are not as bad as others, but it's still all bad at the end of the day. The white levels should never look like that. That just clearly tells me at the end of the day, your product is nothing more than black and white paint. I can mimic your products tomorrow, every last one of them. I already have a copy of one of them. I can mimic your products easily. I know exactly how to design. That's absolutely bad. Look at that. Each one's getting off a different shade of white. It's not even getting off a proper shade. Look at that one. Look at the colors in these. Look at this. You want to really get into, look at that. Each one is giving off a shade of bad white levels. The UV being the worst. You're just throwing stuff together inside of a bowl and just mixing, going, voila. This is what it's going to be. You're supposed to have a solid white level. My black technology versus a white screen by itself. These are the tests you should have been doing on your products. Instead of trying to worry about trying to compete with us, this is what you should have been doing with your products. That's absolutely horrible. These are the tests you should have been doing. This is my black screen going against the white screen. If you did your products correctly, you wouldn't be getting those weird white levels popping up. Not only does my technology cancel out all the excess white light, but it gives you a nice, beautiful image.
Explore. The sky's the limit. I am exquisite. Reproduce quality faithfully. I'm minimalistic.
I literally got to bring the screen up because I literally can't see my remote control because the screen cancels out that much white light. Screens are amazing. And you clearly cheated your customers.
My name's John Stewart.
Of course, we would get a commercial there with me.
We're talking about this country.
We have huge inequality.
What are the priorities? That has to change.
Don't mind the commercials, and you get a chance to see real time.
The problem with John Stewart. We should put a comma in that.
Every single day, we're all getting a little bit better. We're better cooks.
That's what you're supposed to be getting, people. You're cheating yourself. That's what you're doing. Because the tomatoes over there in the corner, next to our white technology, what our black screens to the white screens. And with the tomatoes, with the color pop, the cheese, everything come to life. Cancels out all the excess white light at the same time. Those of you have dedicated theater rooms, I want to see a lot of white light splashing off. And keep in mind, the gray screens do the same reaction as the white screen. They splash off a lot of white light. And they fade your screen at the same time. White screens are even worse. That's how I know you didn't test your product correctly, because anytime I put your product against a white screen or any white demonstration, each one of the screens shows a darker tone of white, a very bad dark tone of white. They don't pick up color correctly, so that's not going to work correctly on the screen. Tron Legacy.
Getting that from YouTube.
We're going to hit the top button again. Again, the freaking, oh, I hate it when they gotta backlit these remote controls to be much, much better. I like you can still go back to where you started from. So let's go back to the beginning where he's walking away with the armor on. Here we go. Now, if you were watching this on a white screen, and I think my charger is dying here. My phone needs to be juiced up a little bit. My phone here. There we go. At 5%. I've had people contact me and say, I got a white screen and got a 4K projector, and I don't see the difference. Well, I'm about to show you the difference. If you're watching the movies, you're watching Tron in the dark, got your family and everything. Let's see what happens on your white screen. Here's your contrast level. Go on. We did this at 20,000 to 1, still couldn't pick up. That's what you're getting. Oh, hit the top button again. Yeah, like I said, we need backlit, please. Desperately.
Initiate light cycle pattern.
Screen ain't looking so good on the white screen, is it? That's why they're so cheap. Because they know that. I like the part when you go into Amazon and you look at the screens on display and they have all these beautiful bright colors and the whole family's watching them. They're watching outside. The images are maintaining. Yeah, I still laugh. Ha, that's not going to work. And the sad thing about it is people who don't know better, they buy those screens thinking they're going to be getting this amazing picture. Even worse, the ones that buy the knockoff projectors thinking both of them together are going to get this amazing image. They're going to save all this money because keep in mind, like I said, when you want an advanced screen, you're going to have to put out some money. You're talking about $5,000 for a projection screen. Sometimes you may be talking $1,600, but that projector is going to cost you over about, you can get about $1,600 to around $3,000 per projector. Either day, it's going to cost you some money. You want that gunmetal technology? Hey, you're talking about $5,000 from the door for 100-inch. And they're going to recommend you use a 4K projector, so that's going to cost you even more money. You could be $8,000 in. You haven't even bought your sound system or your movie chairs yet. Big boy systems cost money. This technology right here we have, has proven itself. It can wipe out 18 certified screens. It can go against ultra short though displayed outside. And these hobby paints can't even touch it. Yeah, that's a black screen. It's not supposed to have the ability to see white light. And best part about this technology, which I love the most, let's pause it right here on the bike. Let's go back a little farther. I can watch my demonstrations with the lights on. Yeah, I got hit with a copyright. It's just going to basically block me off in certain countries. That's it. But anyway, same demonstration where I was walking through my downstairs area on 148 and the screen being displayed upstairs on top of a ceiling. I did the exact demonstration in a fully lit environment. Football highlights.
Getting that from YouTube.
So which one would you rather watch the Super Bowl? There you go. Gray screens are going to react the same way.
On the 47-yard line. Pistol again. Williams. Nice one here. Around the corner he goes. For the first
All right, people, that's basically about it for me. I'm done. Ugh.
Gets from the corner and right behind is Freeman. Freeman takes it to the 10-yard line. He's been 3 so far. Left part of the backfield as well. Here. Good slip move there. Williams.
Experience the perfectly balanced, rich flavors.
Starting the gun with Edwards O'Leary.
Yeah, step out for this.
So enough to talk about that offensive line. It's amazing what they have done. Second down and 1. Drop the fake. The pass is caught outside the 20-yard line. Go apartment.
More than the Kansas City Chiefs, nor do they run them better.
So the whole line over the right side. And then circle the left. Now on the
I remember I have to bring this upstairs. This is a bad idea. Where's my charger for my phone? And also the question people have been asking me over and over again, can I roll my screen up and down once I paint it? Yeah. How many times I've rolled the screen up and down? And just about every demonstration we did on this screen. Once you paint it, you can roll it down. This screen cost me $68. That's it. That's it. $68. Oh man, I'm so glad to be upstairs. Bigger screen. I love the screen, don't get me wrong. I do love it now. But I like to be in my black area upstairs. We're done. Down here. Lights are cut off on their own. They're censored. I think we got everything upstairs. Right? We need anything else? Okay, everything's with us. Okay. I'm going to the Blue Lounge. I love being in the Blue Lounge. We're going to be wrapping that up. That's going downstairs for 6 months because we've already tested that against every black screen we can get our hands on or whatever. No screen could beat it. So it's got its record already. These are the new blackout cough surfaces we use for the screens. The ones that cost $170. More LED lights for those. If you're ever wondering what that contraption over there is, that is actually 3D mapping equipment over there for basically doing 3D mapping display for companies. That's what that projector is set up for. That's what all this equipment's for over here. So nice for the testing. Back in here on the Phoenix Black on the ceiling. Same screen we had downstairs. Phoenix Black in the next room. All both screens are ambient light rejection technology. Boom, lights on. Same screen downstairs you saw on the motorized projection screen. 150-inch right there on the ceiling. Let's see, my lights went out here on this one. It's the Blue Lounge. Cat's probably over asleep over there. So we got our gallon containers coming in. I don't know what's going on with everybody, man, when it comes to shipping. I don't know what the freak is going on. We're getting our gallon containers from Uline, and they were doing like next day shipping, which is fantastic, you know? Next day shipping is fantastic. But now they got it where they want like, it was $17 for next day shipping, and now it's $17 for 3-day shipping. Like, come on, man. So now what I'm about to do is I'm just going to have to basically just order my containers 3 days in advance. So that way, it was more convenient just having that one day. But, you know, everybody's doing their own thing. But at the end of the day, for us, we're still going to offer free shipping to everybody. We're not going to change that. It's not going to change. But I like to have my light at nighttime. Yeah, I have my lights off at nighttime because this is the way my house is designed at night. It's got blue neon all over it. It's got the ceiling that lights up with stars and everything. It's designed to be a whole nother world. In the daytime, all this stuff is fired up. All my lights are on. That's it. What time we have? Oh yeah, I got to log off from here because I got things to do. All right, thank you for your time. I got to get out of here, and God bless.